Star Wars: The Old Republic. One of my favorite eras of Star Wars because it is simply Star Wars on steroids, where the rules we know have yet to exist and everything is cranked up to 11. And the MMORPG called, you guessed it, Star Wars: The Old Republic is no different, even featuring 8 different stories based on what kind of character you want to play. From a fabled Jedi Knight to a greedy bounty hunter, but we will be going down a darker, more sinister path. A story where a lowly slave conducts his way into power using his sass, violent tendencies, and lightning. Lots of lightning. This is the story of Dreloth and his destructive journey across the galaxy. A galaxy that will be shocked at the horror they are about to witness. But first, we must actually create Dreloth, a man who has absolutely no relation to Master Neloth from the games Skyrim and Morrowind. And if you say otherwise, you should expect a strongly worded cease and desist letter arriving in your mailbox within 7 to 10 business days. And here he is, Dreloth, a man whose skin is so pale he probably doesn't know planets like Tatooine exist. And he has markings on his face that could either be mystical markings or his master's convoluted Wi-Fi password. And so our journey begins on the planet of Korriban, the ancient birthplace of the Sith Order. When Dreloth lands, our electrifying hero takes in his surroundings until he is brushed aside by a Sith. Not a Sith like a Sith Lord, mind you, but a Sith like the Sith race. Many Sith become Sith, but not all Sith are Sith. But in this moment, Dreloth wants to kill this Sith so he can become Sith and Sith down on a Sith throne. Anyways, we meet our instructor, Overseer Harkin, who has a very delightful and caring personality.
Lord Zash has tasked me with sorting through you refuse to find one worthy of being her apprentice, and I intend to do just that.
Don't get all sentimental on us. We've only just met.
I won't.
We also meet an acolyte, Corey, who we talk to in a very stable manner.
Watch your back, friend. And don't worry. It'll be all right. He can't kill us all.
I'll attack from the front. You attack from behind, and we'll see how he fares.
Yeah. Looks like you can handle yourself.
After our failed assassination plot, Harkin demands us to meet with an old hermit named Spindrel, who a powerful Sith Lord named Zash considers to be a prophet.
Don't keep Spindrel waiting, slave.
And so we jump out of the frying pan and into the fire as we venture deep into an ancient ruin filled with massive bugs, all so we can meet Spindrel. Though we end up doing a lot of frying to the bugs ourselves. Before you know it, we are cinematically edge-walking our way to Spindrel.
You are here for your trial, yes? Learn the ways of the Sith from a doddering old man in a tomb, and hopefully to return to your master with the mark of my approval.
Actually, I just came to get some fresh air.
And so, for us to gain Spindrel's approval, we must test ourselves in combat against other acolytes who are trying way too hard to cosplay as the Punisher. But Dreloth proves himself superior and roasts the other acolytes, emerging victorious and gaining Spindrel's favor.
Peace is a lie. There is only passion. Through passion I gain strength. Through strength, power. Through power, victory. Through victory, my chains are broken. This is the Sith Code. Commit it to your heart, and you will have the strength to crush your enemies. Do you understand?
There is nothing that you can teach me that I don't already know, old man.
Then leave.
Nice fucking going, Dreloth. Spindrel will then tell us to return to Harkin at the Sith Academy and nurture our hatred for him so that we may grow into a more powerful Sith. Something Dreloth eagerly takes to heart. Down in the tombs, Dreloth befriended a friendly slug creature that he decided to keep and named Talvis, who has absolutely no relation to the apprentice of Master Neloth, Talvis Fathrian. By the Emperor, can you guys not fire your blasters near my boy Talvis? The only one who can torture him is me. Speaking of torture, it is time for us to return to Harkin and endure his inane prattle.
Acolyte Corey, step forward, please.
Yes, Overseer.
You are a weak, pathetic rodent, and even a lunatic like Spindrall can see this. And that means...
Should've listened to my assassination plan, nerd.
Meet our newcomer, Fon Alt. This is real Sith strength, and he will tear you apart and crush your bones, slaves. Look on him. No connections left in the world, but pure Sith blood. This is Lord Zash's future apprentice, not filth like you.
We'll see how tough he is out in the tombs, alone, with just me and my blade for company.
Harkon proceeds to insult and intimidate Dreloth, however he and his bald head give absolutely zero fucks.
You are filth, and you will die. Is that clear?
You think you scare me?
You're nothing, and don't forget it.
But even though Harkon hates Dreloth, he does give him a fun task to go and torture another acolyte so he can get some information out of him. And he also gives Dreloth some very fashionable robes. And so he is off to engage in a Sith's favorite pastime.
You were raised as a slave, but must discard those traits and learn to control others. And I have just the task for that end. Meet this drivelling excuse for an acolyte. He will be your victim.
Victim, huh? This sounds like it could be fun.
Inquisitor Zin tells Dreloth that unsanctioned murder on Academy grounds are illegal, and acolytes who are caught performing such crimes are to be punished. And this victim was a witness to such a murder, and so Dreloth must rip out the name of the perpetrator from his mind.
Cover your ears. This may get a little loud.
Thank you for the warning, but I prefer to cherish every scream.
Ooh, a man after Dreloth's heartless heart.
Please, don't hurt me. I don't know anything.
Scream, weakling. I want to hear your suffering.
Asserting dominance, off to a really good start.
Entertain me. Give me a song or something.
Sing? Are you serious? I mean, sure. Yes, what should I...
I don't care. Just make it something cheerful.
Okay. All right. They say it's a perfect galaxy, a great day to be alive. Dee-dum, dee-dum, dee-dum.
You really need to learn to project your voice.
Stop! Please! All right, I'll talk. You'll kill me, but I'll talk.
After becoming the galaxy's best vocal instructor, Dreloth learns that the name of the perpetrator was an acolyte named Esor Kayan, whose master is a member of the Dark Council, the most powerful members of the Empire, besides the Emperor, of course. Inquisitor Zin tells Dreloth to report back to Harkon, which I find to be rather disappointing, as I could easily see Dreloth becoming a vocal instructor teaching a middle school choir class.
What, no more torture? Oh, but I was just getting started.
I know, it's so hard to stop once you've started. Perhaps later, if you survive your trials.
Don't tempt him with a good time, Inquisitor Zin. And so Dreloth rushes back to Harkon like a person rushing back into a toxic relationship, except in this case, our significant other is a lightning-shooting sadist who likes to call us a
slave. Zin says you handled yourself expertly, and as much as I find this difficult to believe, Lord Zash is satisfied with his evaluation.
Here, Harkon tells Dreloth and his Sith, but not yet Sith rival, Fawn, that their next tasks are to use the Force to solve problems. But gives Fawn a ridiculously easy task and Dreloth a comically difficult task.
Truly, your generosity astounds.
You're only digging your own grave. Fawn, you will go to the library on the second floor of the Academy and translate the following texts for Lord Zash.
Yes, Overseer.
By the Force, the worst punishment of all. Reading. Hopefully Dreloth doesn't have anything to do as difficult as that, right?
Deep in the ancient, monster-infested tomb of Marka Ragnos, there is a holocron filled with dark secrets and encased in a great stone monument. No one has figured out how to release the holocron from its stone prison in over 1,000 years. You will bring this holocron to me, or you will die.
Well, it beats going to the library, I suppose.
Spoken like the idiot you are.
And so Dreloth makes the journey to the tomb of Marka Ragnos, even taking a fancy speeder to get there. California girls were unforgettable, Daisy Dukes bikinis on top. After taking the most incredible ride of Dreloth's life, he meets an interesting character named Lord Renning that likes to experiment on the native creatures of the planet.
I alone can see this creature is an expression of pure dark side energy. Aggression made manifest.
You're awfully enamored of yourself.
Lord Renning has lost one of these Tukata creatures and requires us to retrieve its brain, but only his apprentice Balmorra knows the creature's exact location.
Seeking Lord Renning's lost pet, are you? Don't waste your time. That fool's research is pointless.
Not a very loyal apprentice, are you?
Balmorra tells Dreloth that she believes her master's experiments are a waste of time, and that she wishes to see him removed from power. And to do so, she asks our bald hero to bring the Tukata skull to her first, so she can alter it and reveal Renning as a fraud. And so Dreloth kills some bugs and uses their meat to lure out the Tukata, which Dreloth kills using the full extent of his lightning powers. Honestly, our lovable Psycho probably fried the Tukata's brain and altered it himself without Balmorra's intervention. But helping out a lowly apprentice isn't as rewarding as aiding a Sith Lord, so we give the Tukata skull to Renning instead.
Look at the mottling along the frontal lobe. I can't wait to analyze this.
You've done me a great service, but now I must continue my research. If there's nothing else?
Balmorra asked me to sabotage your experiment.
Is that so?
Balmorra, if you can't show my work the appreciation it deserves, there's no place for you as my apprentice.
Wait, Master. It's a lie. I haven't betrayed you.
I know the truth when I hear it, Balmorra. I'm releasing you from my service. Eventually.
Master, please, stop! No!
After watching Lord Renning torture his now ex-apprentice and listening to his best impression of Palpatine, who won't be born for another 1,000 years or so, we venture back into the tomb of Marka Ragnos to find the Sith holocron we were tasked with retrieving, but not before testing some new force powers Dreloth acquired, like Force Storm, which I like to call the funny button, as we are able to kill groups of victims in mere seconds. Eventually. Sorry, I was trying to be like Lord Renning, but we do find the Sith holocron. Now, there are many ways Dreloth could try to retrieve the holocron, like using the Force or sacrificing creatures to it.
Let's see how you like this.
Or fucking stabbing it, apparently. After killing the creatures that were summoned to attack us, we are given a second chance to open the holocron. A chance we will not blunder.
Just open, damn it.
Holy shit, that fucking worked. After understanding the definition of true dumb luck, Dreloth kills a few more people for fun, and we return to Overseer Harkin, but not before colliding with not one speeder, but two. But somehow Dreloth returned and makes it to Harkin's office.
You better not be wasting my time, slave. You better have the holocron. A fake. Or stolen from the library, probably. I'll deal with you later.
Oh, Harkin, the stories I could tell you.
Just open, damn it.
Now, Harkin decides to make another example out of one of the failed slaves, and this hunk of a man with the worst facial tan I've ever seen is slaughtered by Fawn.
Let Gur be an example to you. Fon destroyed him easily, like he will destroy all of you. Are there any other objections?
You are only giving us power, Harkin.
And your comments are only hastening your death, slave.
Harkon dismisses the rest of the acolytes who will probably die by the end of the day so that we may have a private audience with him.
You think yourself pretty clever getting that holocron, don't you?
Just open, damn it.
Well, Dreloth doesn't mean to brag, but
I really am the best.
You are lucky Lord Zash finds you useful.
Harkon then gives Dreloth another trial, this time going into the tomb of Tulak Horde to transcribe some of his secrets or something. I don't know, Dreloth wasn't paying too much attention.
Is there a reason you keep sending me into the tombs?
Lord Zash's research is her own business, and no one else's. You're not fit to know. Any other stupid questions?
Don't you just hate how the sand on Korriban gets in everything?
You are begging for death, slave. Do not come back here until you've gotten the text from Tulak Horde's tomb. Out of my sight, slave!
I think he's starting to like Dreloth. And so Dreloth does some boring transcribing as well as other tasks given to him by leaders of the Academy. But doing these extra tasks gives us enough dark side points for Dreloth's eyes to turn a bright yellow, making him one step closer to truly becoming Sith. Now, we can disable dark side corruption in the menu, but I will not be doing so as I see the corruption as a badge of honor for Dreloth. Before we can enter Harkon's office, Dreloth is stopped by Lord Zash herself, the one we are all scrambling to become the apprentice of.
You slave. No. Acolyte. You're the one who brought me this magnificent holocron from the tomb of Marka Ragnos, yes?
It was actually quite simple.
Unbelievable. 1,000 years buried in that tomb, the Sith Lords passing it by, and then the most unlikely person comes along. Tell me, how did you manage it?
Just open, damn it. I had to sacrifice 7 Takata and eat their hearts.
Really? How strange. It didn't work when I tried it.
Lord Zash tells Dreloth that she is intrigued by him and will be watching his progress closely. But really, who wouldn't be intrigued by a bald man with a goatee shooting lightning from his hands that looks to be between 20 to 60 years old? I'm surprised more Sith baddies haven't talked to him sooner, like Darth Mar.
I was just about to send Fon off. What delayed you, slave?
Well, first Lord Zash stopped me to tell me how amazing I am, and then we got talking. And I suppose I lost track of time.
Just like a slave to make up stories. Lord Zash would crush you like a gizka if you ever crossed her path. You're not worthy of her presence. Now, did you collect the text from Tulak Horde's tomb?
Of course. As always, I'm brilliant.
Harkon decides that we need to learn more about combat and sends us to the Academy's training room, which is usually only reserved for the Dark Lords and their apprentices.
Please tell me Fawn can come. We'll have so much fun.
Fon has been training at combat his whole life. He was born to be Sith. You are just as likely to chop your own arm off as not, slave. Now get going to the second-floor training grounds. You don't want to keep the instructors waiting.
Finally, not only is Lord Zash impressed with us, but now we can impress more of the Academy's instructors. Maybe even start a little cult one day.
Hello there, friend. You remember my brother and me from downstairs? With Harkon, right?
Sorry it had to be this way.
We don't like it any more than you do. Well, maybe a little more.
Now, you really don't know whether I like this or not.
I'm sorry, man. I liked you. I really did.
But Harkon made us a deal, see? We kill you, we go home.
If you're going to kill me, then do it.
I'm sorry. I really am.
Quiet, Balak.
Yeah, shut up, Balak. You don't have what it takes.
The time for talk is past. Fight for your life, Acolyte.
Lies. Deceptions. Harkon arranged our assassination with 2 big hunks that were shocked at Dreloth's powers a little too easily.
Well. Look who shows up at long last. I half expected to hear you'd crossed some Dark Lord upstairs and finally got yourself killed.
I wish. A fight with a lord would have probably taken 15 seconds instead of 5. For our final trial, we are competing with Fawn to find an ancient map from the depths of Nar Shadaa's tomb. And in order to get the map, we must release an ancient assassin called a Deshad. But before we can leave, Lord Zash arrives to see everyone off, even though Harkon sent Fawn off early, so we're the only one there.
What are you doing here?
Overseer, are you implying that I, a Lord of the Sith, don't have the right to go where I please within the Academy of the Sith?
No, of course not, Lord Zash.
Good. I saw the last acolyte arrive. I wanted to see the hopefuls off on their final trial. Where's, the red one, Fawn?
He finished his trial early, so I sent him on rather than keeping him waiting for this.
Pity. I just finished translating the wonderful text this acolyte brought from Tulak Horde's tomb, and it's most illuminating. I don't know that the map can be retrieved without it.
Uh-oh. Fawn's in trouble.
It seems now that Harkon's plans have been foiled, all because of his own hubris, and finally Dreloth has the advantage. Lord Zash tells Dreloth that he must take various rods from inside the tomb and place them in front of the chamber door that seals the Deshad. Only then can we free this Deshad and get the map that Lord Zash requires.
I have yet to meet a danger I cannot defeat.
I will return when both acolytes are back from the tomb. You will not do anything further to affect the outcome of the trial. Understood?
Yes, Lord Zash.
Good. And good luck, acolyte.
And so the race to free the Deshad and retrieve the map is on. Dreloth has his own little mount, by the way. As Dreloth approaches the tomb of Nar Shadaa, he is stopped by a lowly soldier who asks him to retrieve the body of a dead acolyte, to which Dreloth shows how little of a fuck he gives.
So go do it, you useless woman.
I'd never survive in there.
And we find the body of the acolyte not 5 feet from the entrance of the tomb, making Dreloth realize both the acolyte and the soldier are truly pathetic, as the entrance to the tomb was the path of least resistance because there were literally no enemies around! Dreloth kills many acolytes and ancient droids, as well as finds all the rods he needs to open the chamber to the Deshad. And he totally did not get killed along the way. Dreloth is able to see the Deshad from far away in what seems to be a little prison, but he presses on as always because he is just so damn sexy. Dreloth places all the rods in their holes, that's what she said, and Dreloth must now test the limits of his endurance. That's also what she said. Finally, after all his hard work, our bald-headed hero comes face to face with the Deshad.
Hello there, and welcome to Tulak Horde's Diner. I'm Kem Val, and I will be taking your order today. We have cheeseburgers and lollipops, and that is about it.
You don't exactly sound sane.
That's correct. Our prices on the lolly burger are so low, it's insane. Would you like one? Please say yes, because hopefully Tulak Horde will promote me from an unpaid intern to an actual employee.
I hate to be the one to break it to you, but Tulak Horde is dead.
Fuck! That means I won't be getting any health benefits. Did you kill the manager of this establishment? Because if so, I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
And so the battle is on. Dreloth, the Sorcerer, versus Kem Val, the loyal servant of Tulak Horde. And it takes everything Dreloth has learned to triumph over Kem Val and his special deals on lolly burgers. But in the end, he proves his superiority through victory.
Damn, you wield that lightning better than my father did during his 3rd divorce. I bet you can make burgers better than anyone this side of the galaxy.
I am your master. Get used to it.
Could I get paid this time?
Now that we have recruited a powerful burger flipper, we have Kem Val use his powers to bust a hole through a wall into the room that contains the map we have been searching for. But the map is guarded by a fierce beast, even more powerful than Kem. But with our powers combined, and the fact that Kem can constantly heal Dreloth, making the game infinitely easier, we are able to slay the beast and retrieve the map. Unfortunately, when Dreloth returned to the academy, he literally got stuck inside an elevator and Kem did nothing but watch. As did this guy, Snicked Bloodhunter. I'll remember you. After calling emergency Sith services, we break free of the elevator and return to Harkon, who is waiting there with Fawn.
I'm telling you, Overseer, it cannot be done. I went into the tomb, I saw the Dashard across the chasm, but I could not get to it.
But the map! Lord Zash is adamant she will not take an apprentice without the map!
I'm telling you, Lord Zash wants the impossible. No one is ever going to get that map!
You don't mean this map, do you?
The map! And the Dashard! Get that monster out of here this instant, and give me the map!
If I hear the word map one more time, I'm going to have Kem Val cook me into one of his new burgers.
How did you release the monster?
Are you speaking of our monster burgers from Nal Hutta? Oh, they are to die for.
Right.
Fawn, patience. You will have your chance at this whelp after you personally deliver this map to Lord Zash.
Eat them both, Kem.
They'll work well with ketchup.
Keep your pet at bay for just a moment, Acolyte. I would have a word with Fawn.
Lord Zash.
Yes, Fawn. Now, where's my map?
Here, Lord Zash. Right here.
You found it for me, Fawn? How wonderful.
You are one dead man.
Silence! Fawn will tell me what happened, won't you, Fawn? You wouldn't dare lie to me, would you? Because it would be a shame for me to discover that you lied to me. Now, one more time. Did you bring this map back from Nar Shadaa's tomb?
No. No, I didn't. I didn't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All has now been revealed, and now Lord Zash will lay down the law.
You fool! There's your pet, Harkon. Clean this mess up. Apprentice, meet me in my chambers upstairs.
She showed you, Harkon. Maybe next time you'll learn to obey your superiors, eh?
This is not the end. Without Lord Zash to save you, you're nothing. I have connections that will hunt you wherever you go.
That's big talk for a worm like you.
Get out of my sight, slave. Your new master is waiting for you upstairs.
Dreloth has finally beaten both Harkon and Fawn and emerged victorious once again, though Dreloth would have liked to have killed Fawn himself to truly prove he was better. Dreloth enters Zash's strange chamber. What in the hell happened? Oh, there she is, never mind.
You know, I could have taken Fawn. You didn't need to kill him for me.
Yes, of course, but it wouldn't have made that stubborn overseer respect your power. So I reminded him of mine instead. Now, I was just looking over this astonishing map you brought back, and I can tell we have a lot of work ahead of us.
You mean I have a lot of work ahead of me?
Now that Dreloth is officially Lord Zash's apprentice, she requests that Dreloth meet her on Dromund Kaas, the capital city of the Sith Empire, so they can discuss plans that involve the map we retrieved. She also hands us her old lightsaber, which seems to be a bit anticlimactic as we never earned one ourselves, but...
I shall wreak havoc with it wherever I go.
Magnificent. No doubt you will.
Everything seems to be going so well. If only there were a group of enemies I could test my new lightsaber on.
Stop right there, slave. Darth Scotia has a message for you.
I am a Sith apprentice. Show some respect or I'll smash your face in.
Shut up, you insignificant worm. The message is this. You will not go to Dromund Kaas. Everything you've done here, everyone you've dealt with, Lord Zash included, is insignificant. Darth Scotia has eyes and ears on Korriban. He knows what your master is up to, and he is displeased, to say the least. On Korriban, Lord Zash may have her way, but on Dromund Kaas it's a different story. So you see, You have to die.
Kem, what is it you do to Force users again?
I serve them a meal that is to die for.
And now Dreloth tests his new lightsaber on the would-be assassins that have come to kill him, though now I'm wondering if they were sent to kill Dreloth, why they would bother giving him a message to begin with. So after killing some more acolytes for fun and wrapping up some minor tasks, Dreloth now takes a shuttle for Dromund Kaas as an official acolyte and apprentice of the Sith, where he will no doubt wreak complete and total carnage that will shock the galaxy. However, when making his way to the shuttle bound for Dromund Kaas, he meets a valet who tells him he can board a cramped shuttle that will take longer to get to the capital, or board a nice Imperial transport ship that will get to his destination much quicker. And like a Skyrim marriage speedrun, Dreloth wants things done quickly and decides to board the Black Talon. Though when he boards, the captain of the ship fails to greet Dreloth, which really pisses him off.
Is there a reason your captain isn't bothering to greet me?
We may only be a transport, but someone needs to stay on the bridge, and the captain prefers to keep to himself.
The lieutenant also mentions that there is a droid waiting for us in our room, which sounds really kinky, but it's just a droid that serves a Grand Moff Kilran.
My name is Rikus Kilran. I'm commander of the 5th Fleet, second to the Minister of War, and my personal favorite, the so-called Butcher of Coruscant.
Something wrong with the hologram? Or is your face supposed to look like that?
Yeah, nice quip, Dreloth, says the guy whose face is literally engraved. Kilran explains that he ordered the Black Talon ship to attack a Republic cruiser called the Brental Star, as it carries a person of interest known only as the General, who carries valuable Imperial secrets. But the captain has refused to follow his orders, so he requires our bald hero to use his shocking powers to take command of the ship and board the Brental Star. But when we make our way to the bridge, we are stopped by a really dumb Imperial who thinks he can tell Dreloth what to do.
Our orders were to treat any approach as an attack. You need to take your droid and move it.
Looks like it's your turn to die now.
Blasters out! Attack! Attack!
And so the mutiny begins. Dreloth roasts his way through many, many loyal Imperial troops, though Dreloth is only here to have some fun and relishes in the killing. But Kilran's droid does try to reassure us by saying,
"If you are concerned about the loss of life, I assure you, the deaths of all injured crew members will be strategically insignificant."
So we can murder and not hurt the Empire's bottom line? How glorious. Eventually, we zap our way to the command deck and have a little word with the captain.
Obey or perish.
Hands off the consoles! We're all listening, my lord.
I can handle this, Lieutenant. I'm Captain Revenant Orzik. I'm pretty sure I know what this is about. For the record, I take complete responsibility for my actions. The Black Talon would be destroyed chasing a battleship. I've fought in the war before and I'll fight again, but I don't do suicide missions.
Suicide was deciding you could ignore your superiors.
The captain's dead! The captain's dead! Shut up! You have our attention, my lord. What would you have us do?
Let this be a lesson. Your only hope for survival is complete and utter loyalty.
After becoming the new conductor of the ship, Dreloth makes his way to the Brental Star that begins to attack and board the Black Talon. And since Dreloth murdered half the ship's security, he must repel the invaders himself.
Time to go a-killing.
And with the help of this sexy robot, Dreloth does just that and defeats the boarders. When Dreloth makes it back to the bridge, he receives a message from a Jedi named Satil Shan.
I just crippled 3 Imperial dreadnoughts. I don't wish to destroy you. The peace between Republic and Empire is fragile enough already.
Peace is a lie, Jedi. The Sith know this.
I won't be drawn into a philosophical debate.
Why do I still hear your voice?
You've made yourself clear. But I suggest you prepare to face a Jedi. And you may want to consider what that means.
Well, it seems the negotiations were short, and now all that is left is to board the Brental Star and find the General. And we carve our way through the entire ship, slaughtering many Republic troopers. The crew of the Black Talon tries to offer assistance, but Dreloth is having so much fun that he doesn't want anyone getting in the way of his entertainment.
I don't need an army. I can handle this myself.
Yes, but I understand.
After killing the commander of the ship and pressing onwards, it is here that Dreloth encounters his first ever Jedi.
The escape pods aren't far now. You can make it on your own, General.
And what about you?
Hey, should we be standing so close to this door? What?
I will face my destiny. Go now, my friend. Halt where you are. I am Yadira Ban, Padawan of the Jedi Order. I was sent to protect the General, and you will not pass.
Your master sent you? Really? My first teacher tried to kill me, too.
Then it's true. You Sith are a mockery of everything the Jedi believe in. But I intend to drive you back, meter by meter if need be, just as the Republic pushed the Sith Empire into the dark of the galaxy.
You think you scare me?
I don't need to scare you, only defeat you, and that I can do.
And so it begins. A tale as old as time, a song as old as rhyme, a Jedi versus a Sith. Two souls meet with opposing ideologies, who must fight to the death to achieve victory. Though it seems this Padawan has become a master at using Force leapfrog. But in the end, this little Padawan was no match for the awesome and shocking powers of Dreloth, and she is slain by his hands, but she was a worthy match. And after roasting what remains of the Republic troops, literally, we finally come face to face with the mythical General.
I take it you're the General? Grand Moff Kilran sent me to find you.
Kilran did? Of course. He would have the gall to send a transport to take on a warship and succeed. I was a general in the Imperial military service. Did they tell you that when they sent you here? Did they even know?
Ah, military men. So sad and fickle. The Force is weak in your blood.
The General explains that he defected because both the Empire and Republic were building doomsday weapons to slaughter whole planets, and that he wanted no part in it. But the General is confessing to the wrong guy because...
there will be bloodshed on a massive scale, and I will be part of it.
And now Dreloth is given the choice between capturing or killing the General, and Dreloth does not even hesitate.
You have me then. Me, my stomach full of blood, and my implant full of cybernetic secrets and stolen plans. What will you do?
You're no use to me alive.
So be it. We're all as good as dead anyway.
Huh, smells like Kem's burgers. Dreloth returns to the Black Talon only to find everyone on the floor dead.
I do apologize for the condition of the bridge. As I'd intended to explain earlier, there was an incident.
There are corpses all over the floor. This is what you call an incident?
Well, all their health bars were full, so they could just be playing dead.
Several of the crew were extremely agitated by your behavior. Ensign Hedda feared you might execute anyone who failed to contribute to the mission. A group of officers attempted to flee the ship before you returned. Lieutenant Silas objected, and a firefight broke out. There was a large number of casualties, but don't worry, I am fully capable of piloting the ship back to Dromund Kaas.
Unfortunate, but Dreloth does not seem to give any fucks.
What's the next move?
Then the droid patches us through to Grand Moff Kilran, especially since...
with the crew dead, I suppose there's not much left to do.
Opening channel now.
And so the Grand Moff congratulates us on a job well done and wishes us luck on our future escapades within the capital city. Now all that's left is for Dreloth to clean up the bodies and enjoy the ride he was promised. When Dreloth arrives at the spaceport of Dromund Kaas, everything is as boring as a DMV until an Argonian, Trandoshan, spots him. And we gain the attention of an individual whose name we heard back on Korriban.
Darth Scotia has eyes and ears on Korriban. He knows what your master is up to, and he is displeased, to say the least.
As for you, slave, Darth Scotia is passing. Best get out of his way.
Darth Scotia can wait.
Here, this Darth Vader wannabe makes a number of idle threats and says that he knows what Lord Zash is planning and that she and Dreloth have no future among the Sith. But Dreloth, being Dreloth, does not take well to threats even from a Darth.
Go fall in a sarlacc pit.
Out of my way.
Real talk, I'm surprised he didn't just murder Dreloth outright. While walking through the spaceport, we see a trooper running around while being completely on fire, which somehow I think will be the most normal thing Dreloth sees while on Dromund Kaas. After watching a random guy die in the most painful way possible, Dreloth takes a speeder straight to the city that never sleeps. H-O-T-T-O-G-O, you can take me hard to go. And here we are, Dromund Kaas. Now, while Lord Zash is waiting for our esteemed bald friend, Dreloth has been a slave his entire life and has never gotten the chance to live it up. But he will be seizing this opportunity like a Gungan uses their tongue to seize food. Oh yeah, and Dreloth may have gotten a bit carried away and bought a stylish new outfit, and may or may not have billed it to Lord Zash's account, so hopefully she won't be too upset. But it truly is a stylish outfit, one that commands authority. By the way, this cost me $10 real, so please like and subscribe. Dreloth enters the Sith Sanctum, try saying that 10 times fast, and is taken in by its beauty, at least when Kem isn't getting in the way of his edge-walking. It is a cold and lifeless place, just like Dreloth himself.
Are you acquainted with a big, ugly, half-machine Dark Lord? He had a message for you.
Damn Scotia. What business has he going behind my back, speaking to my apprentice? Trying to intimidate you, no doubt.
Lady, I'm too bald and my goatee too well trimmed to be intimidated. Lord Zash is quite displeased at Darth Scotia breathing down her neck.
Somebody should stop him from breathing, then.
Yes, and that somebody is you. You are going to kill Scotia for me.
Ah yes, a former slave recently turned Sith apprentice facing off against a Dark Lord of the Sith with one of the highest rankings, made out of machinery, with 2 big lizard bodyguards. What could possibly go wrong?
Finally, a challenge worthy of me.
See that? That's a man with more confidence than you will ever have in your entire existence. Lord Zash tells Dreloth that she can't kill Scotia herself, as the Dark Council will see her as a threat. So she has plans to aid Dreloth in killing him, as no one will believe that our bald-headed savior, a mere apprentice, could even kill Scotia in the first place.
Sounds like you relax while I do your dirty work.
The first step is for Dreloth to go to an area of Dromund Kaas where slaves were working on a statue until they revolted, as Zash believes Scotia has hidden something beneath the statue. But apparently, Kem does not like statues.
I do not like statues!
He does not like statues. And so we make our way to the statue where the slave revolt is happening, and Dreloth meets a very well-adjusted man named Lord Drow, who desires to destroy the slave revolt by putting a deadly poison in their water supply that will cause the slaves to suffer a painful agony for weeks on end.
What a disturbing experiment. You're quite the sadist, Lord Drow.
Please, there's no need for flattery.
After flirting with Lord Drow, we poison the water supply and head deeper into the slave encampment, where we meet an Imperial soldier who has heard reports of slaves killing each other and wants us to investigate. But it is during this conversation that Dreloth begins to feel a strange emotion. Sympathy.
I'll see what I can do, but I remember what it was like being one of them.
Yes. Yes, my lord, of course.
Look for any slave who's turned on his peers. With luck, he'll lead us to answers.
Dreloth begins his massacre on the slave population, trying to find both the location of Scotia's base and evidence of who is responsible for murdering other slaves. After stacking bodies higher than the citadel of Dromund Kaas, Dreloth finally finds the slave cult leader.
What sort of a freak of a slave are you?
I am Traga Unvor, leader of the Unchained. I am master of my hatred. When the other slaves broke free, I laughed. Like you, I knew their escape was a delusion, for only Sith possess true freedom.
I was a slave myself, before I became Sith.
Yes, yes, Mighty One. Then you do understand. I saw a chance to prove myself. I culled weak from strong. I began to kill and to teach. I showed slaves freedom through bloodshed. Now my followers and I are the masters here. And soon, we will become Sith ourselves.
By all means, continue.
We are hateful. We are powerful. We are free. In this way, we are already Sith. Now you can spread word of us to the Empire. Your strength is great. With your approval, we shall serve. Carry our message of allegiance to your masters, and we will become the new face of the Empire. We will be champions of the dark side.
Because he was a former slave and still is to an extent serving Lord Zash, Dreloth actually relates to this cultist, admiring his determination and extreme violent tendencies, and returns to the Imperial soldier with word of the cult's allegiance towards the Empire.
This is madness. They're serious. Slaves who think they can become Sith.
A slave can become Sith. Never forget that.
Yes, as you say.
While Dreloth was conducting his investigation on finding Scotia's base, he finds enough clues from his victims and reports his success to Lord Zash.
Does this mean you found them? You found the archaeological plans?
Hope there's not too much blood on them.
Oh, no. I've read much, much worse.
What do you mean by that, Lord Zash? Lord Zash?
Ah, yes. How clever. There's a chamber hidden under the Colossus itself. I bet my complete collection of Naga Sado's Yavin 4 writings that you'll find what we're looking for in this chamber.
I know they're not trading cards, but it's funny to imagine the Sith have trading cards with the faces of famous Sith.
There should be a hidden entrance near the Colossus. It looks like Scotia has an entire underground base. You're looking for a tablet. The tablet is the symbol of leadership of an obscure Trandoshan cult. The lizards believe it was a gift from their deity, the Scorekeeper.
And so we have our first advantage in slaying Darth Scotia, to use the tablet and eliminate his lizard bodyguards as a threat, and maybe even command them to kill Scotia for us. Dreloth makes his way to Scotia's secret base and plays with Talvis for a little bit and eliminates the base's security and steals the tablet, and supposedly killing a Lord Ogathu in the process. Ogathu never dies. Ogathu is dead. God, I love edgewalking. After giving Zash the relic, she then tells Dreloth that she had a scientist develop a weapon that could hurt cyborgs, just like Darth Scotia, and tells us to go to the base of a rogue Sith Lord named Grafin and find this scientist, and to dispose of him in any way Dreloth sees fit. When Dreloth makes his way to the outskirts of Lord Graffin's base, he is met by a Sith apprentice named Sandor who serves a Darth Charnus that is looking for someone to help infiltrate a secret cult called the Revenites and uncover who their leader is. The Revenites being devoted to a Darth Revan, who is an individual that is heavily present in the Old Republic games, especially Knights of the Old Republic 1. Which was teased to have a remake 4 years ago, but just like the Elder Scrolls 6, we haven't heard shit since. After breaking in and massacring many of Grathan's forces, we find Zash's scientist named Dorostek, which does not sound like a person's name. When we retrieve the device, Dreloth must now figure out a way to dispose of this scientist.
I'm supposed to keep you quiet, and I think you know what that means.
No, please. Zash said she'd free me. I have a wife and children, and an astromech droid. I have to live.
Bitch, did you just say an astromech droid? I fucking hate those things.
Die now.
No, please. Lord Zash said she'd free me.
Having an astromech droid does not make you any more human in Dreloth's eyes. After causing some more chaos in Grathan's base, like stealing some turrets...
Somebody has to stop me! Somebody has to stop me right now!
You're a big droid. Stop yourself.
Stealing prosthetic limbs for profits...
What do I care about bettering the galaxy?
And turning innocent soldiers into droids...
They'll serve the Empire better than ever now.
We finally make our way to Lord Zash, who tells Dreloth that it is finally time for him to kill Darth Scotia.
Set your nerves of cortosis. Turn your fear into hatred. Remember, Scotia stands between us and glory.
Let's get to the killing.
And so Dreloth edge-walks into his final confrontation with the Dark Lord of the Sith, Scotia, to battle him even though Dreloth is only a mere apprentice.
What makes this slave so bold as to enter my chambers? Tell me, slave, are you insane, or do you have a death wish?
If you think this is bad, you should meet my other personality.
Oh, like you wouldn't believe.
Skisk. Kill him.
I believe this belongs to you.
Clever. Zash must have stayed up many a night to think of that one. I suppose you'll be sending my bodyguards away now, or maybe you'll order them to kill me.
It should at least be entertaining. Tear him to pieces.
You shouldn't have done that. The bodyguards, they're nothing. Show.
I mean, yeah, but it really was entertaining.
I think you're going to have to suffer first.
And so begins an epic battle between Dreloth and Darth Scotia. But little does Scotia know, I was stupid and completely forgot about the cybernetic neutralizer Dreloth killed a man over. And because Dreloth forgot he even had it, the stakes of this fight and the length of the fight have increased exponentially. Dreloth proves his superiority over the Dark Lord of the Sith by demonstrating his power, endurance, and Chem's healing power that kinda makes the fight super easy. Finally, Dreloth brings Scotia to his knees, and is completely in shock, literally and mentally, after a mere apprentice beat him.
What is this? Did you... Zash! Zash! You've killed me!
Don't blame Zash. This is all me.
Mindless. You don't know what Zash can do. Think of how many years she must have spent plotting my death. She will kill you, just like she's killed me.
I killed you, not Zash.
Yes, Dreloth, I'm sure his dead corpse will change his mind and accept the fact that you were the one that actually killed him. After Dreloth committed murder and walked out of the building like nothing even happened, seriously, is there no Imperial security? Dreloth makes his way to the Imperial Cantina where Zash has been partying in an attempt to establish an alibi so no one knows for certain that it was her that was connected to Scotia's death.
Thank the Emperor you've arrived. It doesn't matter how much one drinks. These parties are just dull, 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 dull. I hope you've come to cheer me up.
I have dismantled the machine.
Dreloth makes his master's day, and she is absolutely ecstatic at Darth Scotia's death. However, she does get a call from a Darth Thanaton who seems to be quite upset.
You have nerve, Zash. Nerve. But I thought you were smarter.
With all respect, Darth Thanaton, I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't play ignorant with me, Zash. Scotia's dead, and you killed him.
Scotia? Dead? That's the first I've heard of it. When did this happen?
Just now, Zash, and you know it. What did you expect to gain? His position? His title? You know it doesn't work that way. Where's your discretion?
Discretion? I've been at this party for ages. I may have had a little much to drink, but I'm fairly certain I haven't murdered anyone. Though I have always fancied Scotia's chambers. So much more shelf space.
While that conversation sounded grim, Zash appears to be quite unfazed and merely tells Dreloth to meet her at her chambers as they have finally accomplished what they set out to do. While Dreloth wanted to stay and party back at the cantina to celebrate Scotia's death, he is more interested in meeting back up with Zash to see how poorly things went. And more importantly, to see if Dreloth will have to deal with any unforeseen consequences.
There he is. It's Lord Zash's apprentice. Surely he knows.
You wouldn't tell us if he did.
I find ketchup works well for one's skin.
Still, it doesn't hurt to ask, does it?
Colonel, let it rest.
I will not let it rest. Everyone knows Lord Zash was at the party when Scotia was killed, and yet everyone knows she killed him. She somehow devised a way of being in two places at once. If I let it rest, we'll all be dead.
Don't be silly. I'm the one who killed Scotia.
Now you're the one who's being silly. Please, you must tell me. How did Zash kill Darth Scotia?
How many times do I have to say it? It was me. Me.
Clearly he's not saying anything, Colonel. Let it rest.
One day they'll see it was me. One day. And they will kneel before me while I sit on a throne of power. Meow. Blip. Oh, Cam, you're funny.
Perfect timing, apprentice. I just met with that insufferable Thanaton, and I have good news.
Well, judging from your new ridiculous shoulder pads and your name in the subtitles being Darth Zash instead of Lord Zash, I'm willing to bet my new clothes I billed to your accounts that you got a promotion.
You would have been proud of me. I went into a reprimand, but I emerged a Darth.
You've certainly earned it.
Wow, that is probably the nicest thing Dreloth has ever said to anyone. Dreloth's master, now Darth Zash, explains that the map he retrieved from Korriban during his trials pointed to pieces of Tulak Horde's power. And the first of these pieces is here on Dromund Kaas within a dark temple. Side note, but Sith apparently love dark temples more than a Telvanni wizard loves tea. But Darth Zash explains that she won't be going into the dark temple as that role will fall to Dreloth.
I always have to do your dirty work.
Putting ketchup on skin is dirty work indeed.
Before I went to Korriban to choose an apprentice, a furious apparition awakened in the Dark Temple, implacable in its anger, murdering all who trespassed on the innermost chamber. But I had a dream. An apprentice of low origin humbled himself before the apparition, pacifying it. That's why you and your peers were singled out.
Wait. You want me to bow to this apparition?
You would have a better time selling sand to a Jawa than getting Dreloth here to do any kind of bowing.
You must go into the temple and face the apparition. And when you do, I believe that your humility will be the key.
I eat apparitions for dinner.
Ah yes, humility. And so Dreloth is off once more, but not to the Dark Temple to meet the apparition, but instead to the Revanite compound that Sandor wishes us to infiltrate so that we may uncover its leader. Now, if Dreloth is to infiltrate this secret cult, it is imperative that we tell them exactly what they want to hear. Make sure to get on their good side.
There's nothing for you here, and strangers are not welcome in this place. You'd best be going.
Out of my way, worm.
How the hell did you kill Darth Scotia?
I thought I made myself clear, but you had your chance. You must leave immediately. Wait, you're carrying the token. Huh. Welcome to the Order of Revan, Initiate. Next time, identify yourself. We must protect ourselves.
Are you really so foolish as to think you can beat me?
After making a good first impression, Zoan goes on and on about the Revanites and says that the way of Revan, not the Sith, is the true path to power, which does intrigue Dreloth.
Your knowledge might prove useful.
But ultimately, Dreloth is way more comfortable being a Sith.
There's nothing greater than the Sith. Nothing more to achieve.
But anyways, if we are to get in good with the Revanites and meet their leader, Dreloth must undergo various initiates' trials. With the first of which being to talk to this old man who tells Dreloth he must go into a cave and die so that he can be reborn.
Let me be clear. I'm not going to die.
Dreloth enters the cave with the exaggerated swagger of a Sith teen and encounters a sick-ass statue to Revan that Dreloth admittedly admires. I'm fucking sorry, you're telling me that Dreloth was able to tank 4 bolts of lightning, absorb it, and use it to breach a door that hasn't been opened in 1,000 years, all while being an acolyte on Korriban, but here he gets a couple of sparks and fucking dies? Well, I guess that's the end of Dreloth's story. See you all next time, and oh, never mind, he's alive. Thanks for the fucking help, Kem.
Tell me how it feels. Your obligations have vanished. Your past no longer burdens you. How does it feel to see the world reborn?
I don't feel anything.
After that ordeal, we must then speak to Ladra, who seems to love killing people as much as Dreloth.
I don't need a cult leader to tell me when or whom to kill.
Neither did I, but you'll find that killing as a Revanite is more fulfilling.
And she wants Dreloth to enter Lord Grathan's compound again and retrieve the Mask of Revan, which is being kept under guard.
You will find the Mask of Darth Revan, what he wore after becoming Sith. It's a powerful symbol of his greatness, long lost to us.
Retrieving forgotten lore is my speciality.
Then I'm glad to put your skills to use.
But first, Dreloth must speak to a man named Torin who will give him spiritual guidance before heading out.
What have we got here?
Holy shit, it's J-Schlatt.
Ladra asked me to talk to you.
I should have known. I'm to ritually prepare you for finding Revan's mask, then. It's unnecessary. Ladra's devoted to the Revanites. She's also obsessed with that mask. Says it talks to her.
It is here that J-Schlatt wants Dreloth to find the mask and give it to him instead of Ladra, but Dreloth likes a woman that shares his love of murder and is already dead set on giving it to her. But if that fails...
I'll bet that mask would look good on me.
Dreloth breaks back into Grathan's compound for round 2 and kills even more of his soldiers until he finds the Mask of Revan. Oh my god, this mask goes so well with my color scheme. Oh shit. Force jump. Force roll. Force land. Force oh shit, I'm caught. And after murdering the security force, Dreloth returns to the Revenites' compound and brings the mask to Ladra.
I have the mask right here.
Oh, you have it. I never thought I'd see it again. Free from Grathan's prison at last. Free from the hands of heretics. It's a wonderful day.
Next, we speak to another Revenite named Raymond who wishes to test us by having Dreloth speak to 3 other Revenites of various backgrounds and answer their questions. The first is an alien Sith.
I am Revenite, and I am Sith. What do you say to me?
What do you expect me to say? I'm very impressed.
A Mandalorian.
We lost the war over Malcor 5, but that was a privilege too. It's out of respect for Revan that I agreed to join the Master.
You're weak and a fool.
And an Imperial Major.
It's always wonderful to meet new initiates. The Order of Revan needs all the dedicated young people it can get.
You're awfully cheerful, aren't you?
But if these Revenites are dissatisfied with Dreloth's answer, he must perform a rite of blood.
The Dark Council seeks to root us out. So, how do we respond? How do we answer the Empire's accusations of heresy?
We respond by destroying our foes. Any who speak against us will fall.
I was afraid you might say that. This is Major Pathel to all security droids. We have a threat on the wall. Please eliminate. There. If you survive that, perhaps I'll reconsider my decision.
And let's say Dreloth had to get quite bloody, and also let's say that Major Pathel is built different for not even flinching when drowning in lightning. But once we pass those trials, Dreloth has finally proven himself to the Revenite Order and is finally allowed to speak to the leader of the cult.
That certainly took long enough.
Me when I finish this fucking video.
You who have demonstrated power and wisdom to my followers, look upon the Master of the Order of Revan.
Are you too afraid to show your face?
Silence! This is the end of your initiation and the beginning of your true journey. You will walk the path of Revan forevermore.
The time for subterfuge is over. Know me for who I am.
By Boethia, it's Carlia from Skyrim's Thieves Guild.
All that to meet up with you. I'm hardly impressed.
If I wanted you to be impressed, I would never have come to meet you. I apologize for the deception, and for not meeting you sooner. But you must know how badly the Dark Council wants me dead. The Order of Revan threatens everything the Dark Council prizes.
The Master then tells us that she knows Sandor is trying to root out the Revenites and wants Dreloth to implicate his master, Darth Charnas, as the leader of the Revenites, so that the cult can remain hidden. But screw that shit, this chick didn't offer anything of substance to Dreloth, and he takes that quite personally, so he tells Sandor everything.
She's a Sith Lord, dark-skinned, with black hair and tattoos.
I know her. I know her, yes! Tari Darkspanner. My master knows her. We will use her. The Dark Council will strip her of her power, her mind, and her life.
Whatever you can do to her and her people, it isn't enough.
Likely true, but I'm sure the punishment will suffice.
After infiltrating the Revenite cult and selling out the leader, Dreloth then proceeds to the Dark Temple so that he can humble some ghost. Dreloth makes it to the Dark Temple, which is quite the imposing sight. But what's more interesting is how, according to an Imperial captain, everyone who is sent to explore and catalog the temple has been driven insane. Perhaps they were driven mad by that apparition Darth Zash expects Dreloth to bow before, even though that simply will not happen. Since we are going into the temple anyways, Dreloth decides to help the captain out in retrieving some data gathered by a number of slaves that is vital for future construction within Dromund Kaas.
If you're going to make me feel guilty, I'll do it.
Some Sith Lord also asks for Dreloth's help, but he is quite boring.
And even now the workers plot wars against each other, believing themselves Sith Lords, and drawing terrible power from Kellig himself.
Yawn.
So Dreloth ignores him. And true enough, many of the Imperials surrounding the temple are deranged, forcing Dreloth to put them down, not that he needs much convincing. When gathering data for the captain, Dreloth meets a slave that has what he needs, but unlike everyone else in the temple, he appears to actually be sane.
I will not tell you again. I'm not a slave. I'm Sith.
What? You're not afraid of me? You aren't a mindless puppet like the rest of them? I don't understand.
I still have my senses, but someone here is out of his.
You're right. I was out of my senses. But not anymore.
Dorian says that he will tell his subjects, who fear him, to turn over their data, but in return, Dreloth must give him symbols of Lord Veneris's power from insane slaves. Lord Veneris being the Sith Lord he thought he was for a time. And Dreloth does this without question because, lightning. When Dreloth returns, Dorian is very thankful and hands over all the data, but also asks Dreloth for a small, teensy-tiny favor.
There's one last itty-bitty little thing you can do. You see, power is useless without subjects. So I'd be grateful when you turn in the data, you'd encourage the Imperials to send more expeditions my way.
You're really every bit as conniving as the real thing, you know that?
Yes. I do think I've finally found my true calling. I can assure you, my gratitude if you send more slaves to be my followers will not be insubstantial.
Dreloth feels sympathy for a slave once again that has found a way to carve his own path, so when returning the data to the Imperial captain, Dreloth demands that the Empire send more slaves, all for a friend, and the substantial rewards promised.
Actually, I think data like this calls for more expeditions.
Had a look at it, did you? Well, it's not really my call to make, but I'll forward your recommendation to my superiors.
It's not a recommendation.
Before Dreloth finds the ghost Darth Zash told him to find, he uncovers something quite disturbing about some of the slaves who think they are Sith Lords.
Fight your way to their altar, and Nyara must confront you. Do this, or be punished by my power.
I don't believe you have any power.
Doubt no longer. Witness a demonstration of my strength.
I'm starting to understand the saying karma is a bitch because Dreloth keeps getting lit by the same amount of lightning as he deals to others. But it is in this moment that we discover that these slaves may actually be possessed by the real ghosts of dead Sith Lords, being granted their power in the process. But after that mind F and killing some insane Imperials to calm down, Dreloth makes it to the tomb of the long-dead ghost he is meant to meet. Oh, my stomach. Oh, my spine. Oh, my ineffective lightning. Hey, I'm not into BDSM.
Yes. I have been waiting for you. I felt your movements in the Force, and they stirred me from my nightmare. I am still too weak to leave, but I knew if I made myself enough of a nuisance, you would eventually come.
I'm sorry, weak? You threw Dreloth around like he was a fucking rag doll.
The Sith throw flesh endlessly at what they cannot control. And here you are, blood of my blood. Here you are.
What are you talking about?
You don't know me. Has our family fallen so far that the son of my sons does not know the name of Calig, the name so long revered in the annals of the Sith?
You are my descendant. By how many generations I do not know. But know this, your strength in the Force has awakened me from my stupor.
What do you mean, I awakened you?
When the weaklings of this planet trespassed my tomb, I rose, resuming my former life. This temple became my kingdom, and I was once more a lord of the Sith. When you first grasped the hilt of your lightsaber, I knew my hour had come and gone, that your strength, not mine, would return our family to glory.
But I'm a former slave.
That is my shame. I was once one of the greatest lords of the Sith. If I'd been wiser, I could have secured my family's greatness. But I let down my guard and was betrayed by a man called Tulak Hord, whom I trusted as a friend.
Tulak Hord? That's my ex-wife!
What the fuck are you talking about?
Do not interrupt again, or there will be no feeding for you for a long time.
Lord Calig bestows Dreloth some fatherly advice and tells him to beware treachery from above and below, from both his master and his apprentice, which he doesn't have yet. He allows Dreloth to take the artifact in his tomb and says that they will meet again. He then contacts Darth Zash and they both talk a great deal about surprises.
Apprentice, do you have the artifact yet?
You wouldn't want to spoil the surprise now, would you?
Hurry back to Scotia's. My chambers. I have a surprise for you.
I love surprises.
Fantastic, Apprentice. You're just in time for my surprise. Since you left for the Dark Temple, I've been reading and reading and reading. Scotia's chambers are a treasure trove of research. Now, who would have thought a man like that had such a curious intellect? But tell me, how did you manage to pacify the apparition?
Well, first I took a magnet and then a chance cube.
Nice save, Dreloth.
Fair enough. Your secrets are your own. I, however, will not be so guarded.
Darth Zash says that she has foreseen that the artifacts Dreloth needs to collect will turn him into one of the most powerful Sith to ever live.
Let me guess. You've been dreaming again.
Always and ever. This artifact is one of 5 that together describe a peculiar ritual used by the great Tulak Hord when he conquered the Dromund system.
Zash explains that we will need to find the other 4 artifacts, but she knows that 2 of them are located on the planets of Balmorra and Nar Shadaa. And her surprise is that she is giving Dreloth his own ship for free. This leads Dreloth to believe Zash did not care about the bill he sent to her for his new drip. But before going to look at his new spaceship, Dreloth decides to party and live it up a little, celebrating the death of Scotia, his master's promotion, and his newfound quest for ultimate power. After a crazy night of debauchery, Dreloth gets as giddy as a Wookiee on Life Day as he looks upon his new incredible ship. And Dreloth is mighty proud of his bald self. His ship even comes with his own droid servant as well.
So I get a starship and a servant too. Not bad at all.
I am relieved, pleased that you find me agreeable. I will never disappoint you, Master.
Now, there are 2 planets Dreloth must go to that contain maps to Tulak Hord's power, one in Balmorra and the other on Nar Shadaa. And Dreloth decides to grace Balmorra with his presence, a planet that has been the battleground of a major war between the Empire and Resistance fighters with Republic sympathies. It is said that the death toll has reached the millions, which is exactly what Dreloth likes. Unfortunately, the location of the artifact kind of kills Dreloth's mood.
I've got a good idea of where the ancient artifact is on Balmorra, but it's not pleasant.
You mean like a rancor with a rash, or...
You have a vivid imagination, Apprentice. Tulak Hord hid his artifact in a vault on Balmorra, one that was later converted by the Balmorrans into a toxic waste storage facility. But the vault was hit badly in the last war. It's now a crater filled with toxic waste. Your artifact is at the bottom.
Oh dear, what am I into this time?
But Darth Zash tells Dreloth not to worry and to make contact with a Major Beskar who can help him enter the now toxic vault. After gallivanting the spaceport on his way to see Major Beskar, he is approached by a Captain Rigel asking for Dreloth's assistance in the war effort to crush the Resistance. And also to eventually kill a defense minister named Vol Arjun. And since Dreloth is already here and he loves violence...
Normally I wouldn't be bothered, but this project sounds intriguing.
You have our heartfelt appreciation, my lord. My second-in-command, Lieutenant Davril, is masterminding Phase 1 of what we like to call Operation Breaking Point. You'll find him in Sobrik.
When Dreloth steps outside the spaceport, he gets to see the beautiful Imperial banners shielded from heavy artillery fire. And he knows he will definitely be causing many, many war crimes. Like meeting a defector who wants to be recruited and help the Empire willingly, but asking the Empire to torture him for everything he knows instead. Dreloth then heads to Major Beskar to make his introductions and to enlist his services in finding a way into Tulak Horde's vault.
It's a real pleasure. I have a son on Korriban, you know. It's a tough war you're walking into. We're fixing blasters with adhesive tape. But we'll help you any way we can.
The Major's aide, a Captain Ilyn, who makes the Major a bit jumpy, says that the only creatures able to survive in the toxic vault are a species of bugs native to Balmorra called colicoids. And there were Balmorran scientists that were experimenting with colicoids to make soldiers that had their resistance, which sounds like just the thing Dreloth needs.
Does seem like a strange thing to do, Captain.
It's a guess. The toxic waste resistance may have been an unintended result. Or the Balmorran scientists were insane.
I personally prefer the term differently rational.
Well, I can't say for sure, but there's a research lab not far from here that was overrun with colicoids as soon as the Balmorrans abandoned it. But the colicoids are vicious creatures. Just one of them tore apart a whole squad.
But Dreloth is worth 20 Imperial squads, and his next task is to find this laboratory and download any useful information on making people have colicoid resistances. Following up with Captain Rygel's pleas, Dreloth speaks to Lieutenant Davril, who asks Dreloth to kill some murderers that the Balmorrans freed to help with the resistance.
What's war without a little bloodshed?
And more importantly, blow up some Balmorran generators that are powering their powerful artillery.
I suppose I have the time.
You find the time. You rain death.
You can tell the voice actor had a lot of fun with that line. But Dreloth now has his two tasks, and after butchering some Balmorrans for the hell of it, he makes his way to the colicoid lab, slaughtering many bugs along the way. And yes, Dreloth no longer has a red lightsaber, but instead a purple one, because it's more fitting since all he uses is purple lightning anyways. Dreloth downloads the information on a possible serum one could use to become resistant to all the toxic fumes in Tulak Horde's vault, and he makes his way back to the Major.
Did you manage to find anything out of the lab?
Let's just say I wouldn't want to live there.
Have a look at this, Captain. I can't make head or tail of it.
This confirms our suspicions. The colicoids were being mutated to clean up the waste, and it looks like the chemical mutagen they were using could theoretically work.
Well, that's it. That's our solution, right? We just replicate this chemical mutagen.
Sir, there's a problem. Our chief scientist defected to the Republic a few months back. We can't begin to replicate, let alone test the serum without him.
I guess we need to undefect him.
Undefect indeed. You certainly have a way with words, Sith.
And now we must find the scientist Iannis Tyrek and force him back into the Empire's clutches so that Dreloth has any hope of entering the vault alive.
The Republic's going to taste blood tonight.
Oh, and Sith, hurry back. I just got word that my son passed his trials on Korriban and is on his way to Balmorra. I don't want you to miss him.
Helping with the war effort, Dreloth overloads some generators as well as some Balmorrans and reports back to Davril.
Thank you, my lord. But it looks like the resistance isn't done yet.
I should think blowing up their guns leaves little room for misunderstanding.
They're a stubborn bunch.
Davril points Dreloth in the direction of some other officers he can speak to aid in the war effort, but while in the area, Dreloth meets a scientist named Sakol who thinks himself very important.
You seem to have an inflated idea of your importance to the Empire.
Who claims that his wife not only slept with another man, but that man was a Republic spy who used her to collect secret Imperial information.
Imperial intelligence believes he's a spy, and I am certain beyond doubt that he's the one who has the design plans that disappeared from my bedroom drawer.
If he's got those plans, he won't see tomorrow.
And so Dreloth decides to aid the Empire and this cuck by finding the Republic spy that is working as a bartender.
And what does such a respected Sith want with Hara's band?
I've been asked to kill you, and I hate to disappoint.
Now, we're all friends here. Just tell me what you want.
Try not to bleed all over the discs.
Not in my cantina!
No!
Bah, he was a minimum wage worker anyways. After killing the spy, Sakol says that without evidence to the contrary, he must believe his wife is guilty of espionage and asks Dreloth to kill his wife and end his marriage. I love the law. Guilty until proven innocent, I always say.
I have been considering how best to end this disaster. It should be quiet, quick, something that can be blamed on the rebels, no questions asked.
I've got a talent for that.
Let me call Kalara. I will tell her you are to escort her to my colleague Garboza at the Imperial outpost. The route has many isolated spots, suitable for rebel ambush. My dear, this is the bodyguard I've asked to bring you to the outpost.
One never knows what companions life's journey will provide.
Ooh, a philosopher. This should be fun.
Dreloth follows through with Sakol's devious plan and meets Kalara on the road, only to walk next to her at a painful snail's pace. Seriously, this took way too long. After several day and night cycles, we finally make it to a secluded spot to kill Kalara.
I'm supposed to kill you as a traitor to the Empire.
What? Gan wants you to kill me? Are you going to?
Your selfishness aided our enemies. You get no mercy.
You're going to kill me for this? For this? No!
Honestly, I think Dreloth killed you for wasting his time rather than for the good of the Empire. Now, Sakol wanted to keep this espionage quiet, which is why he desired everyone to be killed rather than captured. So, to add insult to injury, Dreloth screws over Sakol by telling another scientist everything he has done.
Officer Sakol hired me to kill his wife and her rebel boyfriend.
Pretty little Kalara had Republic leanings, hmm? Oh, that is not going to look good to the clearance board at all.
Oh, but Dreloth does not give a single fuck. To help with the war effort, Dreloth decommissions a number of cyborg mercenaries and collects their technology for the Empire to use instead, as well as committing terrorism by planting bombs inside comm units and putting them on dead soldiers to cause absolute mayhem when the bodies and comms are brought back to their base.
The Resistance has set off 3 bombs so far. The first blast sent them scattering. Then, of course, they attempted to stay in touch via comm unit. So you can imagine the results. Quite a successful operation.
They defied the Empire. Now they will fear it again.
Dreloth causes even more chaos by assaulting a Balmorran camp that houses the scientist Iannis Tyrek, who we need to find Tulak Horde's vault. And Dreloth short-circuits everyone at the camp. At least when he's not having a big headache.
Well, well. I should have known Bessaker wouldn't let me go without a fight. But sending a Sith seems a bit like overkill. Are you here to kill me, or are you going to torture me first?
Thanks for reminding me.
No, listen. I won't be scared into returning. I risked my life to come here.
We'll see how you feel after this.
Damn Sith! You'll have to kill me. I'll never return to the Empire willingly.
I know just when to stop.
And so Dreloth has finally captured Tyrek, knocking him unconscious from shock, and luckily some Imperials come to retrieve him so Dreloth doesn't have to drag him back himself. Such manual labor isn't suitable for Dreloth anyways, he is way too cool for that. And it is this extreme act of torture that corrupts Dreloth physically, making him look like an overworked Amazon delivery driver. But honestly, with how much murder he does for the Empire and his own enjoyment, it makes a lot of sense. After capturing Tyrek and suffering further corruption, Dreloth gets a call from Major Bessaker, no doubt to congratulate him and shower him with compliments.
It's my son. He arrived shortly after you left for the research facility, but then he went after some holocron, he called it. A few minutes ago, I got what I think was a distress call from him. He's in trouble.
Sounds like a huge waste of my time.
Look, I didn't want to have to do this, but it sounds like I have no choice. This is my son we're talking about, and if you want your serum, you'll save him.
Have you forgotten who you're dealing with?
I have pull in important circles, and my brother is a high-ranking Sith. You'll listen if you know what's good for you. All this time you've been running around, we've been fighting a war. I've been more than happy to help, but not at the expense of my son's life.
Nobody gives me orders.
Then you won't get your serum.
So the Major is attempting to blackmail our bald villain into rescuing his son. How benign, but Dreloth can't risk it, and begrudgingly agrees to free his son. Dreloth makes his way to the Resistance base that is holding the Major's son and uses his anger and frustration with the Major to slaughter all of the Balmorrans he sees. And after conducting his way through the base, Dreloth meets with the son of Bessaker.
The old man sent you for me, didn't he? He must have gotten my distress signal. I guess the old fool's still good for something. You're the Sith he's told me so much about, aren't you?
What were you doing here?
I wasn't visiting the old man, that's for sure. My master sent me here for a holocron the Republic dug up someplace or other. I got the holocron, now all I have to do is get out of this place.
A holocron, you say? Well, that does sound like something Dreloth may want to take for himself.
What purpose does this object serve?
It's not the holocron itself that's special. The holocron's a map. It's supposed to point to a powerful weapon of the dark side that's hidden here on Balmorra. The weapon's mine if I find it, which I will, now that you're here to free me.
Thank you for telling me all about this lovely new toy.
If you plan on taking that weapon, you're going to have to fight me first.
Okay, this is getting a little awkward. Can we get to the killing already? Okay, the amount of camera shots I just saw almost gave me a seizure, and I'm not even epileptic. And so begins a battle Dreloth is all too familiar with. A Sith versus another Sith. Two power-hungry vacuums caught in each other's path. Each that want everything the other has acquired. But Dreloth, as usual, proves his power and superiority over Mr. Chinstrap, and not only kills him, but uses the holocron to find a Sith weapon in the process. Hopefully Major Bessaker doesn't find out we did the exact opposite of what he wanted.
Stay back, Sith. I said stay back, and don't lay a hand on me. I know what you did. We had an agent in that outpost, and he reported everything. I told you you wouldn't get your serum if you didn't help. And you killed him!
Guys, I think he knows.
You don't know who you're dealing with.
You're nothing but a cold-blooded murderer! You enjoyed killing him, didn't you? Didn't you?
To be honest, I've had better.
I knew it! You're sick! Sick! Please, just tell me one thing. Why? Why did you have to kill him? We have hollow images of the cell. The controls were right there. You could have freed him. You would have gotten your serum. Why?
I wanted to see what kind of pattern his blood would make.
He didn't deserve this. He was a good boy. And I trusted you with his life.
I grow tired of you.
Holy shit, Dreloth, you yawned and talked at the same time. What kind of Sith power was that?
You evil, wretched, bloodthirsty... I'll kill you! I'll kill you! You'll never get your serum because I'll kill you!
Left with no choice, well, actually it's because Dreloth felt like it, we end Major Bessaker's life and speak with the scientist Tyrek to see if he has our serum.
Whoa there, Sith. Calm down. I've got your serum right here. Now, maybe the Major deserved what he got. Who am I to say? But there's no reason to do anything rash.
I don't need a reason to kill you.
Look, I see where you're coming from. I do.
You have big plans, and the Major got in your way. Fine. So please don't take it the wrong way when I tell you. This plan of yours is completely insane.
Tyrek, does this look like a sane man to you?
How do you know I'm not a Colicoid?
Crazy, I say. You're crazy. Here you go. It's only a limited number of doses, and like I said, I'd use it sparingly if I were you. You'll have to fight past the main Republic base to get to the vault, but seriously, whatever the Republic throws at you, the Colicoids will be worse.
Thanks, Doctor. But you're no longer necessary.
I see. So now you want to kill me. Go ahead. I told you before, I'm not afraid to die.
Well now, I'm sure Dreloth had a logical reason for murdering everyone in the building. After killing everyone who did nothing but try to help Dreloth, well, I guess the scientists didn't want to help, but whatever. We are finally contacted by Captain Rigel, who said that the Balmorra Defense Minister has finally been drawn out of hiding due to Dreloth's shenanigans and war crimes, and must be eliminated.
I hope he does show up. I'll kill him.
We are also contacted by a messenger who says that we are requested at a meeting that will decide the fate of the entire war, and how could Dreloth pass up such an opportunity?
Do you know the worst part, Governor?
I didn't.
Exactly. You didn't even own up to your mistakes. That's why the Dark Council gave this planet to me.
Please.
Watch and enjoy. I'm Darth Lacris.
By the Force, I don't think Dreloth has ever met a woman as violent in his entire life.
Gorgeous, murderous, and an eye for talent. We should talk.
I think Dreloth has finally found out what true love means.
Balmorra has a problem.
My friends in the Resistance, I won't take much time. The Empire says it owns Balmorra. The Republic says, it's yours, we're gone. But you and I know Balmorra's won with sweat and tears, and my boys will stand by your side until everyone knows it.
Grand Marshal Jaquetta, formerly of the Republic Army. Officially, he and his troops went rogue after the Republic withdrew from this sector.
The beautiful, and more importantly, deadly Darth Lacris wants Dreloth to not only kill this Grand Marshal Jaquetta, but to also take the Balmorran arms factory, which serves as the Balmorrans' main base.
You need power, and a mind able to apply that power wisely. I can provide both.
Obliterate the factory defenses. Lower the barricades that block our scans, and I'll have an army at your back.
Yes, my murderous queen, whatever you say. And so Dreloth carves his way into the factory with electrifying haste, destroying people, turrets, ships, debris, you name it. Deep within the belly of the beast, Dreloth comes face to face with the Balmorran Defense Minister Vol Arjun, who for some reason is way more stronger than his guards. But it matters very little, as Dreloth with his incredible power is able to shock him to death easily. Heading deeper within, Dreloth encounters this fucking monstrosity and uses a terminal to begin shutting down the arms factory when he receives a call from Grand Marshal Jaquetta himself.
Someone cut through this interference.
Pardon my interruption. I'm Grand Marshal Jaquetta, formerly of the Republic Army.
So you're the proud leader of these gutless wonders.
If they're so gutless, why haven't you beaten them after all these years? Once I realized you planned to lower our defenses, I sent a few friends.
Jedi Knight Raylan Nis, reporting.
Tempest Squad, reporting.
Fresh volunteers who have taken a leave of absence to join the Balmorran Resistance. Taste of what's coming.
You've sent these people to their deaths.
If that's true, I'll shed a tear.
After Jaquetta absolutely destroys Dreloth in the marketplace of ideas, he takes out his anger and embarrassment by slaying the Jedi and the Commandos. And afterwards discovers that the Republic is mounting a full-scale invasion.
The Republic is flying reinforcements straight to the Balmorran arms factory and bypassing our defenses.
All this time, the Republic and their engineers were boxed in. They were laying the groundwork for invasion.
Picking up. There are dozens of ships out there. Silhouette is Republic Special Forces, Triumph class.
This is how they did it during the war. Multiple strike teams, strategic objectives, 1 Jedi per military squad. They took entire planets.
Dreloth must now make it to the surface and destroy both landing platforms and guidance systems to prevent the Republic from making it to the planet's surface. Now, while trying to prevent an imminent Republic invasion is all well and good, Dreloth does have more important things to do, like jump into a toxic vault he killed several people over. And after injecting the serum and doing some epic Sith parkour, Dreloth encounters many collocoids, but also a super mutated collocoid that is guarding the map Dreloth needs. But now that Dreloth is more mutated than a super mutant from Fallout, he is able to crush the bug with his shocking powers quite easily. When Dreloth acquires the artifact, it gives him a little electroshock therapy, but after proving himself worthy, he finally acquires it. After finally getting what he wanted, Dreloth gets a call from Captain Ilyn, but now he is a major thanks to the swift end we gave to Beskar. And to be honest, Ilyn was the one who had all the ideas, so the promotion is well deserved. Perhaps Dreloth's extreme violent tendencies can do some good in this galaxy.
Got a promotion, eh?
Yes, thank you. Got Major Bessekar's old job. Yes, as the new resources officer here on Balmorra, I just wanted to apologize for the behavior of the late Major Beskar. His son's mission was not a military matter, and the Major had no right to demand your valuable time in that way.
It's not as if I didn't benefit.
I just hope you remember my role in helping you find what you were after.
You got your promotion. I don't know what else you want from me.
You'll always be welcome here on Balmorra, sir.
A Sith is welcome wherever he goes.
Absolutely. No question of it. It's a pleasure to serve.
You know what? Maybe Dreloth has been too harsh with some of the Imperials. Ilum seems like such an upstanding guy. Now that Dreloth has accomplished his main objective, there is one final thing he must do.
Kill everyone in Balmorra!
And that is exactly what Dreloth does. He slaughters his way to the top until he finally meets the Grand Marshal himself.
You're damn tough, you know that?
Jedi and a Grand Marshal dead at my hand.
Weapons out!
And so begins a legendary fight. Dreloth has slain many Imperials, Sith, and even a few Jedi, but now he's in the big leagues, killing leaders in order to conquer an entire planet. No matter how many Jedi he faces, no matter how strong Chiquetta's armor is, Dreloth's power conquers all.
Did you think you could take Balmorra? Did you think you could defeat me? I am a master of the dark side.
You are what you are. Listen, please. I know how much the Empire wants to expose the Republic's involvement in Balmorra publicly. I confess the truth of the invasion, if you help my men.
What happened to the Grand Marshal who showed defiance?
It's just us now. None of my boys left to inspire. Let the Balmorrans and the non-combatants leave. Treat the Republic soldiers fairly, as prisoners of war. Help them, and I'll tell everyone we violated the treaty.
You are in no position to strike a deal.
Damn it. That's everything you could want. Why?
You won't have to wonder very long.
It is now finished. Balmorra belongs to the Empire, and more importantly, to Dreloth. And now he must say hello to the murderous beauty named Darth Lacris.
Darth Lacris, Grand Marshal Chiquetta is defeated, and the Balmorran arms factory is broken.
You smell like smoke and blood.
Your enemies are beaten, and your position is secure. But our partnership doesn't have to end there.
Shall we take a walk among scorched ruins and skulls, discussing plans for the future? I admit, you've put me in the mood to celebrate. Tell me why I should bother with you.
Here's why.
It has been an enjoyable day.
Now that Dreloth has conquered a planet and fallen in love for the first time in his life, it is time for him to depart from the planet. But not before listening to some tunes while flying back to the spaceport. Before you came into my life, I missed you so bad. I missed you so bad. I missed you so, so bad. Before you came into my life, I missed you so bad. And you should know that. So come and maybe. After singing a song that would make any grown Sith cry, Captain Rigel personally thanks Dreloth for all of his hard work.
We cannot possibly thank you enough for your service. Decades we've been trying to win this war, and you've done it in a fraction of the time. Thank you.
And so Dreloth finally leaves the battlefield of a planet and tells Darth Zash that he has accomplished yet another task.
I trust Major Bessico was a good help.
I knew it! You're sick! Sick!
Let's chalk that up to a maybe.
I've traced another artifact to Nar Shadaa, but I'm still trying to locate the other two. I'll see what I can learn while you're on Nar Shadaa. Now hurry. There can be no gain without haste.
Before heading to Nar Shadaa, Dreloth decides to pop in and talk to Kem for a bit of a chat.
You remind me of a fantastic chef I used to know named Orton Sella. Best chef among us civil cooks.
Don't tell me you consider yourself civilized.
Fuck you, asshole! I'll torture you and grind you into spaghetti sauce!
Humiliation and torment are two of my favorite things.
Am I still getting paid?
After Dreloth gets into an argument with Kem about cooking, he decides to have a one-man party and celebrate his accomplishments so far. And then flies to the next planet that contains another of Tulak Horde's artifacts called Nar Shadaa. Darth Zash explains that the artifact he is looking for, the Eye of Tulak, is currently in the possession of a Sith Lord named Palladius, who runs his own cult by converting the
poverty-stricken morons.
Dreloth truly is a man of the people. Darth Zash says that Lord Palladius is often secluded and in hiding, but she has enlisted 2 former cult members with helping Dreloth in drawing him out so he can steal the artifact. But honestly, I think Dreloth just wants to start his own cult war and couldn't care less about the artifact. But before heading to the planet, Dreloth exchanges a few more words with Kem.
Hello, little chef. Do you think it would be a good idea to sell Tulak Horde plushies on the HoloNet? I feel like there's a really good and profitable market that we could corner.
If I hear that name one more time, I'll have you put back into stasis.
You don't like money? What are you, a communist?
And here we are, Nar Shadaa, a neutral planet that is owned by criminals like the Hutt Cartel and is a hot spot for sin, crime, gambling, drugs, poverty, and all things wretched. Luckily, Dreloth enjoys all things wretched, so he can really make a killing on this planet. When he steps out of the spaceport, Dreloth is contacted by a woman named Maro Vizen, who works as a diplomat for the Empire, gathering allies on Nar Shadaa, from gangsters to corporations.
Be careful what you seek to unleash.
Of course, I meant no disrespect.
However, one criminal organization, the Exchange, led by a man named Ukabi, refuses to ally with the Empire and even tortures Maro's messengers. And so Maro wants Dreloth to decimate the Exchange's forces as a message that the Empire should not be fucked with. And Dreloth loves sending messages. He's kind of a social butterfly like that.
It may serve my purposes. The Exchange will burn.
But before becoming a shotgun courier, Dreloth decides to visit the 2 ex-cultists Zash told him about and figure out a way to ruin Lord Palladius and take his artifact. Sudganana homuseya ichna. Klugane samore mudi kukhana. Magluglini hasigala mukhana. Chosugana tanda moto tambushu. Tanabushu. But before becoming a shotgun courier, Dreloth decides to visit the 2 ex-cultists Zash told him about and figure out a way to ruin Lord Palladius and take his artifact.
Oh, Destris, dear brutish Destris. And Riley,
So beautiful and intelligent. You were like children to me, which is why it pains me to do this.
You can cut the act, Palladius. You never cared about any of your children.
We don't need a tyrant for a father.
Ah, well said. Marvelous last words. Truly, I expected nothing less, which is what makes this so hard. Now, if you'll excuse me, my other children would like to play with you.
Suddenly, multiple cult members that serve Palladius attacked our two contacts, but they cannot die yet, as Dreloth still requires their services.
What have we here? The cavalry, looks like. Appreciate the help, but I had it under control.
You are half the chef my boy here is.
My lord.
You would be wise to follow her lead.
Course, my lord. Sorry. There was a lady Sith a while back, Darth Sash. Said she'd send someone to help us out. You it?
I'm not going to help you. You're going to help me.
Riley and Destris explain that Dreloth will need to create his own cult surrounding him to disrupt Palladius's power base. And to do so, Dreloth must find the biggest, baddest gang and annihilate them. And Dreloth cannot wait.
The masses will worship me by dawn.
Destris says that the gang he will need to slaughter are the Kraits named after the Krayt dragon of Tatooine.
He'll need to be a dragon if he hopes to stand against me.
But Riley suggests that a better way to recruit followers to his new cult would be to try and cure some disease that has plagued the poor of Nar Shadaa. But killing just comes so naturally to Dreloth, and so he decides to go down that route instead.
I think I'll stick with what I know best. Murder and mayhem.
The direct approach. I like it. The Krait's lair is in the Corellian sector. Crush their leader, and the masses will take notice.
Putting a pin in killing the Krayt dragon losers, Dreloth heads into the Corellian sector of Nar Shadaa and begins to eviscerate the exchange for Morrow by slaughtering their troops and overloading their equipment. Once all that is done, Dreloth continues his destructive path by finding the Krayt dragon lair and killing everyone in there, including all those innocent Corellian refugees. A bit more killing later, and Dreloth locates Sabin, the leader of the Krayt dragons, and Dreloth easily skewers the wingless beast. Maybe Dreloth is a god. Afterwards, Riley contacts Dreloth and apologizes for her brother Destris' behavior for not throwing himself at Dreloth's feet, and then she compliments Dreloth's power.
I have a great deal of respect for you. I just wanted you to know that. You radiate a power that Palladius, for all his ranting and demanding, never did.
I don't need to rant. My will is done the moment I think it.
That's what I mean. You are strong, or Palladius only pretends to be.
Riley says that she has claimed a home that once belonged to a charity worker named Dagon Strel that Dreloth can use as a headquarters for his new cult. But Dreloth is conflicted between hating charity but loving to own property, so only begrudgingly takes Strel's home for his own.
It's hardly a seat of power.
Power is hard to come by in the lower levels of Nar Shadaa.
Riley, if Dreloth wants your opinion, he'll fry his own brain with lightning for being so fucking stupid. Dreloth returns to Morrow to tell her that Ukabi's exchange has been decimated, and she introduces him to the leaders of a crime group called the Shadow Syndicate that has allied with the Empire.
My lord, allow me to introduce the diplomatic services allies on Nar Shadaa, the Shadow Syndicate.
I don't need to meet the locals. Get rid of them.
Dreloth is truly a horrible diplomat.
Godoba the Hutt, owner of the club Vertica Casino and 5 city sectors. Your ship is docked in his spaceport. Varko Ti, Chomash of the Nar Shadaa Labor Alliance. There are no better slavers in the galaxy.
A pleasure.
I wonder if he ever indirectly owned Dreloth when he was a slave, and if so, when can Dreloth kill him and take his position?
And last, DXTX, primary hub of the DX Annihilator network.
Your destructive prowess is respectable. Negotiations permitted.
I can tell Dreloth likes this one the best, even if he comes from the same cloth as an astromech droid.
Together, they represent key powers. Ukabi and the Exchange could have joined them, but thanks to your strike, we needn't worry about the Exchange anymore.
Too bad, I still feel like killing.
Then you, of all of us, may be in luck. This woman has lied to you.
Unfortunately, Dreloth's attack against the Exchange has only pissed off Ukabi, and now he prepares for war by attacking the Empire and the Shadow Syndicate. And he is currently moving to destroy Syndicate factories as well as slaughter slaves and customers.
Who knew you could have so much fun playing with criminals?
And now Dreloth is left to decide how to move against Ukabi's attacks. Does he protect the customers and slaves that are innocent in this power struggle, or does Dreloth use this attack to carve out the Exchange's heart while they are most vulnerable?
Let the Exchange target civilians while we carve out their heart.
Who cares about saving people from getting killed anyway? After all,
what do I care about bettering the galaxy?
Now, Dreloth's next goal is to destroy Ukabi's facilities while he is distracted with murder and mayhem. By doing some murder and mayhem of his own, and Dreloth does so with lightning-fast efficiency. When Dreloth returns, he is met with Ukabi himself, who throws pointless threats at the Shadow Syndicate via hologram.
You began this conflict. All our businesses suffer. Now you all die.
Ukabi, I've been waiting to meet you a long time.
The attacker. You have weakened my forces, but my death squads wade through blood as we speak. I have killed your kind before, Sith. I will again.
After Dreloth hears a bunch of boring threats, Morrow says that she was able to find Ukabi's main base and says Dreloth must go there, kill his top lieutenants, and then kill Ukabi himself. However, some of the Syndicate are unsure if Dreloth is up to the task.
Perhaps. I think I speak on behalf of the Shadow Syndicate when I ask, with due respect, can this be done?
Do not underestimate the power that flows through me, Slaver.
No, certainly not.
Dreloth breaks into Ukabi's main base and slaughters many of his men, which is quite typical for Dreloth, and manages to kill all 4 of his lieutenants. But when Dreloth kills his way to Ukabi's private chambers, he finds that Ukabi is not there and quickly contacts Morrow.
My lord, are you there, my lord? It's Morrow Vizon.
I'm here. The inner circle of the Exchange is dead, but their leader is missing.
That's because he's here! Ukabi is here! Someone sold us out. Get back as soon as you can. We can't hold them.
So, Ukabi has escaped Dreloth's electric grasp, but not for long, as Dreloth wants to be the one to kill Ukabi, and so he quickly sprints back to Morrow. And by sprint, I mean spending a couple credits to fast travel, because what self-respecting Sith Lord runs everywhere? And finally, Dreloth meets Ukabi face to face.
And now you here to rescue the woman and the traitor. I am Ukabi.
You're about to burn, little cyborg. How do your parts handle electricity?
Look upon my body. Cortosis skin grafts. Intravenous colto injection system. Holographic targeting array. You are only mortal. I will always prevail.
Now begins another of Dreloth's epic fights. A master of the dark side of the Force and lightning versus a master of cybernetics. But Dreloth has already slain a big-time Sith Lord that was also a big bad cyborg all by his lonesome, and so a regular cyborg without the Force is no match for him. And also during this fight, Gordoba gives absolutely 0 fucks.
I don't think he's getting up. Colto injections can't restore a dead man.
Gordoba says that Morrow's actions of having Dreloth attack Ukabi has cut the profits of the Shadow Syndicate in half, which is why he sold her out to Ukabi in the first place.
What else would you expect from a Hutt?
Gordoba then explains that the Syndicate wants to work with the Empire, but would reward us if Dreloth kills Morrow and someone better take her position. And so for personal gain and the Empire's gain, Dreloth agrees to Gordoba's request.
The Shadow Syndicate is in my debt. Don't forget it.
Why?
I love edge walking. Watch your step. These walls can cause friction. Jesus Christ, Dreloth, that was not the sound of a lightsaber slash. What the fuck did you do to her? After that horrible display, the Shadow Syndicate thank Dreloth for his services and say they look forward to a continued fruitful relationship with the Empire after this minor misstep.
We'll work to crush them and all the Empire's enemies on Nar Shadaa. Our promise.
This whole moon will be under our control.
That is the dream.
Maybe Dreloth can be a good diplomat after all. After finishing his shotgun diplomacy, Dreloth returns to his new cult headquarters to bask in his newly acquired worshippers and plan on how to take down Palladius. But first, some brute approaches Dreloth and asks if he is the Great Dragon.
If you mean the future leader of Lord Palladius's cult, then yes.
But unfortunately, this brute is not an admirer but a follower of Palladius sent to kill Dreloth.
I'll send your body back to your master in pieces.
And, well, the fight goes exactly how you expect it to. Palladius sent this poor guy to his doom. And now Dreloth is so beloved by the people they are lining up to present him with gifts, and you know Dreloth accepts them graciously.
My lord, for getting Sabin off our backs and the crates off our streets, we humbly present you with this gift.
I love getting gifts.
We are honored to serve you, my lord.
Isn't this great? Kill one gang leader and already you got Palladius scared and people lining up with presents.
But Riley tells Dreloth, or rather the Great Dragon, that Palladius is calling a big cult meeting at a place called Meridian Hall, likely to rally his followers and end Dreloth's reign.
If Palladius dares to show his face, I'll make quick work of him.
He won't. Palladius only ever broadcasts to his cult by hollow.
But Riley has an idea. Dreloth could walk right into that meeting and somehow make the very ground shake to show the people that Dreloth has more power than Palladius ever could.
I walk into Palladius's speech and make the very ground shake. I like it.
What have you been putting in your soup, Riley? Nobody can just make this moon shake.
Unfortunately, Destris is right. Dreloth is not powerful enough to make Nar Shadaa shake. Yet. So Riley suggests blowing up the pipes beneath Meridian Hall to deceive the people instead. And Destris knows a guy that can get the job done and tells Dreloth to convince him to blow those pipes. Wait, that sounded wrong.
I can't wait to see the look on Palladius's face.
Gord works at the NSWA office in the Duros sector, not far from Meridian Hall where Palladius is holding his big broadcast. You just tell him old Destris sent you.
So Dreloth flies to the Duros sector to get some plumbing done. Wait, that also didn't sound right. God damn it. While here, Dreloth meets an agent Medel who is here to stop a revolution led by someone known as the Flame that the Empire has claimed to have killed twice already.
I've always thought Hutts were revolting.
Thank you, Dreloth. Anyways, Medel had an undercover agent infiltrate the Flames' rebellion, but he was discovered and killed. Now his body is lying dead on the streets in plain view, along with everything he learned pinned to his corpse.
Am I supposed to care?
Our man knew the risks.
It is obviously a trap, but Medel knows that won't stop the likes of Dreloth from retrieving the information she desperately needs. And since Dreloth is now being worshipped as a god, he would like to eliminate some immortal leader, as it wouldn't bode well for his bottom line.
I'll give them pointers on the best pieces to send.
Dreloth retrieves the information and burns the body, and shocks his ambusher with his power of expecting the easily expected. After corralling the streets and some light murder, Dreloth meets up with Destris' contact, though he has the strangest wallpaper. And when he explains to Gord what he wants to do...
I want to shake Nar Shadaa at its very foundation.
He initially refuses, saying that he would be fired, but Dreloth gives him a taste of what it's like to truly be fired.
It's so much more fun for me when you refuse.
Gord then pleads that he has a family, which only pisses off Dreloth even more.
Do you still hope to win?
But after some good old Sith persuasion, Gord gives in, telling Dreloth to signal him when it's time to blow them pipes. That still doesn't sound right.
A signaling device. You shouldn't have.
Dreloth returns to Medel with the agent's information, and she discovers that the Flame is planning to kill an Imperial Admiral named Jafond while he meets with some local Hutts. Medel wants to keep the Admiral from knowing about this assassination plot, which lasts 2 seconds before he enters the room, and requests Dreloth aid him in stopping the Flame when he attends his meeting. To which Dreloth obliges.
And it won't hurt your bargaining position to remind them of the power of the Sith.
When we meet back up with the Admiral, we find that the Flame is already there with his troops. And we discover that the Flame is a Gendai, one of the strongest species in all of Star Wars due to having the regenerative powers of fucking Deadpool, making them tough to kill. And explains how the Flame survived 2 attempts on his life.
So, you're the one who thinks he can defeat the Empire?
I do not know if I can, only that I must.
But now Dreloth has something to prove and desires to kill a Gendai to show his superiority once more.
No man may strike against the Empire and live.
You've already learned that I do not die easily.
You forget. I've been on your world. I know the secret of your people. Gendai have no hearts or brains to fail. The only way to destroy them is to shred the bodies and scatter them. But we proved 1 billion times over that they're not immortal, right, Gendai? How many of you crawled away? 2? 10?
Kill him! Kill them all!
Dreloth then incinerates the Flame atom by atom with his deadly lightning until all that is left is a corpse on the floor, waiting to be shredded and scattered. Dreloth can now claim to have killed a Gendai, a feat that not even Obi-Wan Kenobi could achieve. Admiral Jafond thanks Dreloth and says that the Flame's body will be destroyed, as will his rebellion now that it no longer has its quote-unquote immortal leader.
Without him, the Alien's rebellion should fall quickly.
And Dreloth has proved himself a god to his cult once more. When making his way to Palladius's meeting to start Hurricane Dreloth, he meets a strange general named Colvin who likes to dress professional on top and business casual on the bottom. General Colvin requests Dreloth's aid with breaking into an impenetrable vault built by Darth Revan himself that houses some mysterious cargo as well as some alien slaves.
Once I put my mind to something, nothing in the galaxy can stop me.
The vault has incredibly powerful security, including turrets and droids. So the only way to enter the facility safely is for Dreloth to destroy several reactors that are connected to the vault, but they are owned by organizations opposed to the Empire. Out of respect for a general bold enough to dress business casual in front of a Sith, he agrees to aid him after shaking up Palladius's power base. Dreloth enters Palladius's meeting with literally no resistance and is able to walk up to the hologram of the big man himself.
For too long, the weak of Nar Shadaa have grown soft in the luxury of their towers, while the strong have wallowed in chains. But I tell you, united, there is no law that can stop you.
Well, except maybe Dreloth's cape. What in oblivion is happening there?
Take back what is yours!
Yeah! But I like the weak.
But of course, the weak are just so fun for Dreloth to torture over and over again, and even provide music lessons to.
They say it's a perfect galaxy.
What makes you worthy of leading such a strong people, Palladius?
Ah, the deceiver shows his face. Behold, my children. Look how pathetic, how easily crushed by your collective might.
And now it is time to initiate Hurricane Dreloth.
The very ground you stand on responds to my will. Can Palladius do this?
Dreloth, this better be one hell of a display, because I don't think your audience gives much of a fuck.
What kind of power is this? The world is ending.
Don't be fooled! It's a trick! Attack the deceiver! Attack!
Oh yes, now not only can Dreloth trick the people into believing he has the powers of a god, but now he can show the people his godly powers through complete and total violence, slaying those truly devoted to Palladius.
My lord, what happened? How did you... We never met anybody who could do what you did. Not Lord Palladius, not anybody.
Worship me, or the next display of power will be your last.
Of course, my lord. We are most unworthy. But before you send us away, share your wisdom and strength with us, so we can serve you.
Ah, now it is time for the dawn of Dreloth, for him to bestow his Sith knowledge upon the people, so that he and his beliefs can be everlasting and immortal.
I want to wear robes of solid gold.
On second thought, buying some nice slippers and robes is cool too, I guess.
You're just as crazy as Palladius. Shut your mouth before the Sith fries us.
You heard the Sith. Pass the hat around and don't be stingy.
Now I can pay off my debt to Zash.
Huh. It's not really enough for a solid gold anything. But it's all we've got, at least until we find more followers.
I suppose I could settle for silk.
Dreloth truly is a man of the people.
No, my lord shouldn't settle. We'll spread your message around Nar Shadaa, see if we can't collect more.
After gaining more followers that will be showering Dreloth in silk clothes and one day solid gold unless they want to be cooked into Kem's next meal, Dreloth then shuts down all of the generators powering the defenses of Revan's vault and breaks in, and uncovers a device that vault was keeping safe, as well as some upside-down face-looking dudes. The frowny faces say that the artifact they power is called the Infinite Engine, a tool that is able to produce food, clothing, tools, probably even
robes of solid gold
out of thin air. The weird guys say that they are willing to give Dreloth a seed of the Infinite Engine so that the Empire may grow their own Infinite Engine Jr. But Dreloth is impatient and greedy and wants Infinite Engine Senior right here and right now.
I'm not leaving here without that machine.
This leads Dreloth to kill all of the emoji-faced guys and somehow put this big device in his pocket, or, you know, somewhere else. Dreloth returns the device to the cool and chill general, who is most thankful and says,
I've just received a request for assistance from my colleague Major Danros in network access. If you visit that sector, he could use you.
I'm sure Dreloth will add it to his Sith bucket list. After helping the Empire, Dreloth returns to his cult to bask in his worshippers after hitting Palladius right where it hurts. His cult numbers, but hopefully Dreloth can fry his dick off too.
Dagon Strel himself couldn't generate this kind of crowd, and neither can Palladius anymore from the looks of it.
Aren't you forgetting something?
Yes, my lord. I'm sorry.
Yes, Destrus, do not forget your place, or Dreloth will do to your eye what that scar could not. I mean, take it out, not anything inappropriate like fucking—
My lord, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. They said they'd kill me. They said they'd kill me if I didn't.
This is no place for cowards.
Sith? Did you have to kill him?
To kill or not to kill, that is the question, and it really depends on Dreloth's mood, but he's always in a killing mood, so that's kind of a moot point.
I suppose it could be a matter of opinion.
Fair enough. Now, what's this thing he brought?
It looks like a holo device. Let me see here.
Ah, Sith. Good evening. How good to talk to you again. I'm sorry to use such an unconventional method to contact you, but I had to be sure you got the message. You understand?
Loud and clear, big man.
If you're trying to intimidate me, you failed.
Yes, but I think your followers understood perfectly. The truth is, when you first attacked my cult, I was angry, frustrated. And then I realized you're Zash's apprentice. All this trouble is just about some silly artifact. Let's let bygones be bygones, We can meet at my place, in network access. We'll chat. I'll give you the artifact, and all will be mended.
Are you trying to make me laugh?
I assure you, Sith, I have no sense of humor.
I once went to a Bill Burr show and didn't even laugh once.
I promise. No tricks, or may I die creditless on Tatooine scrubbing a Jedi's back. Take time to consider my offer, but not too long, or my good mood may sour. And bring your friends.
Lying son of a Hutt. You're not seriously considering it, are you?
Shut the fuck up! Maybe we can ask if he knows any cool cooking recipes. He certainly has the stomach for it.
I'm going, Destris, and you're coming with me.
You can get yourself killed if you want, but I didn't keep out of Palladius's reach this long just to walk into his grip.
No, don't you see? Sure, it's probably a trap, yes, but this is our chance to strike at him.
Fine, but I'm going in with both eyes open.
Nobody cares what you think, Destris. And so Dreloth enters the belly of the beast, the lair and headquarters of Palladius and his cult. A cult that will soon be ours after we eliminate him. Oh yeah, and we also get the artifact, but come on, the cult is the primary objective here.
Sith! Destron, Rachel, I'm so glad you've come. You have made a wonderful decision.
I didn't realize this until I was editing the video, but I find it really funny how Palladius doesn't remember the names of Destris and Riley, showing he really doesn't give a fuck. Almost like our bald-headed hero.
Can I offer you anything? A drink? And don't mind Varnock and Sharnock. They never leave my side.
Come to think of it, my lips are a bit parched.
So trusting. So marvelously trusting. But I dare say you've gravely underestimated me. That painful twisting you feel in your gut is your essence draining rather rapidly. And that hollow, sinking feeling, your connection to the Force being severed. Soon you will be no more powerful than little Denton here, or Ramona.
For that you will suffer.
Not so powerful anymore, are we?
Well, fuck me like a Hutt and call me Nazim. That was the most embarrassing moment of Dreloth's entire life.
Greater Sith than you have fallen before me. Did you think you were the first to try and steal my cult? I could choke the life out of you right now, but since you seem so very eager, let's settle this with lightsabers.
But without Dreloth's powers, how can he... Oh, never mind. He miraculously has all of his lightning powers back. I guess Palladius was playing a cute little trick on Dreloth like he did with the earthquake. But it matters very little. Even on Dreloth's worst day, Palladius could never hope to kill Dreloth. And his cult will finally belong to him.
You're stronger than any I've faced. Oh, forgive me, my lord. Take the artifact. Just let me live and carry on the cult in your name.
I hate to break it to you, Palladius, but Darth Sash promised the cult to us. You're done.
You're very trusting, Destris. But surely my lord sees the advantage of leaving the cult in my hands. Think of what I could accomplish on your behalf.
My lord, please. Can Palladius really be trusted?
Well, he does have at least 10 years of work experience in the cult leader department, so he is more qualified, plus stripping a lesser Sith of their power is a very funny trick.
He is Sith, and far more worthy than you lot.
He's also lying scum who'll stab you in the back the first chance he gets. We had a deal.
Those weaklings would run the cult into the ground within a year. But simply hand control of the cult over to me, and I will be at your beck and call.
If you so much as think a thought contrary to my will, I will rip you open.
Thank you, my lord. Rest assured that all my thoughts are now your own. Myself and the cult will assist you whenever you need.
You can't do this. We had Darth Zash's word.
Sorry, Daniel and Rayana. You should have gotten an unpaid internship at a cult and slaved away for 30 years.
You answer to Palladius now. You will obey in silence or suffer.
Yes, my lord. I'm sorry.
My lord, but...
How wonderful to have you back under my command, Destress Riley.
Oh shit, he did care. Okay, maybe not a lot, but still.
Call on me, and your cult will be waiting.
Now, what will happen to Darren and Rada? I don't know, and Dreloth doesn't care, because he now owns his own cult, with a very experienced representative to keep it afloat. Before leaving, Dreloth decides to help the Empire and the Hutts one final time with a security breach, as some hacker has found a way to break in and uncover Imperial secrets.
We need you to investigate. Immediately.
However, Dreloth will not be enthusiastic about this mission, as the Major is quite the asshole for bossing a Sith around. Lucky for him, Dreloth is in such a good mood, or Ken would be eating roasted Major for dinner. After breaking into the Imperial data center to find the hacker, Dreloth discovers that it is some overconfident alien that is trying way too hard to be like Plo Koon.
I am Axis, the knowledge-seeking. You see, I am completely untouchable. We will now come to an arrangement that benefits us both.
I was sent here to kill you, not cut a deal with you.
You will accept the arrangement. It is the only rational outcome.
Unfortunately for this nerd, Dreloth is not a rational man and overloads the data center to kill this arrogant Axis guy. Sadly, there is no way we can see the look on his face when we chose the irrational option. Major Damaris thanks Dreloth for his help, but Dreloth does not like the Major at all and leaves him on red. Dreloth then heads for space to get good reception and inform Darth Zash that he has the next artifact of Tulak Horde. But more importantly, to tell her he has created his own cult dedicated to worshipping his glory and giving him an allowance to buy clothing. Now all that killing and worship has become exhausting for Dreloth, so he decides to get some beauty sleep, but is rudely interrupted.
Your master, Darth Zash, is plotting something. Whatever it is can mean nothing good for you.
I killed Scotia. I'm not afraid of Zash.
Do not become arrogant.
You're barking up the wrong tree, Calig.
I have seen Zash making her preparations. She's taken 2 new apprentices, a boy named Carl and a girl named Corrin. She's been sending them into the Dark Temple, presumably to confirm that I am gone.
I hope you killed them.
I considered killing these intruders, but I heard them speak of Zash and her desire that the chamber be secure for her work. Soon enough, Zash herself appeared. She comes every day now, studying the place and performing rituals. You are in danger.
So it seems that our Dark Master is planning to betray Dreloth, for what reason Dreloth does not know, but perhaps he can kill Zash and take her position one day. And also get rid of the debt he owes her after Dreloth bought his iconic outfit and put it on her account. Luckily, Lord Calig knows how to aid us, as he tells Dreloth his non-ghostified mask has been reclaimed by some Sith Lord, and Dreloth will need it to protect himself. Dreloth returns to Korriban, his birthplace in a sense, and finds the compound of the Sith Lord who holds his ancestor's old mask. Here he murders many a Sith apprentice, just like he did in the good old days when he was but a wee little
slave.
Dreloth pushes his way through and meets Lord Crucis face to face, the Sith who has taken the mask of Calig that rightfully belongs to Dreloth. Wait, does this mean our goatee-wearing villain's full name is Dreloth Calig? How interesting.
Your master and I hardly see eye to eye, but this isn't her style. Too much risk of getting caught, too little reward. It has all the marks of an apprentice. When Darth Thanaton learns of this, you will be punished.
Who is going to tell him once you're dead?
You do talk big, don't you? Go on then. Let's see what you've got.
And so begins yet another duel, another battle among Sith. But I am quite surprised that Lord Crucis would send his apprentices away instead of having them assist in the fight. Truly the mark of a failing Sith that was weak and should rightfully be put down.
Goodbye, Lord Crucis. And thank you for the artifact.
And here's what Lord Crucis looks like without the mask that rightfully belongs to Dreloth. After defeating yet another Sith Lord, it's almost like we're helping the Jedi out at this point, Dreloth returns to his ship and is contacted by Darth Zash.
I have just had the most amazing dream, and it concerns you.
You owe me an explanation.
You sound unhappy, apprentice. Have I done something to anger you?
You've taken other apprentices.
Apprentice, I'm sorry. The Dark Council required that I take more apprentices as a sort of punishment for my suspected involvement in Scotia's death. I should have told you myself, but believe me, these others are nothing compared to you.
If they get in my way, I'll crush them.
I would not let anyone get in your way.
Darth Zash is most likely lying. I mean, she is a Sith Lord, and Dreloth has done the same thing.
You answer to Palladius now. You will obey in silence or suffer.
But Dreloth still wants to acquire more power and continues to play the game by her rules. Besides, Zash's dream involving him slaughtering armies of Jedi because of the artifacts, well, that does put a smile on Dreloth's face. Zash also says the next 2 artifacts are located on Tatooine and Alderaan. So Dreloth sets his course for the desert planet of Tatooine. A planet that we see more of in Star Wars than any other in the galaxy. Seriously, the originals, prequels, sequels, Clone Wars, Rebels, Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, it goes on and on. It's like a running gag that this fucking speck of dust has to be in everything Star Wars. Anyways, Zash tells us that a pirate named Andronicus knows quite a bit about the artifact, and Dreloth may have watched Pirates of the Caribbean a bit too much because he is very excited about a pirate.
I've always wanted to meet a real pirate.
Okay, maybe not that excited, but still. The pirate Andronicus stole the artifact that we are looking for from some Sith ruins, but before he could sell it, his entire crew mutinied and threw him in a disabled escape pod. He survived because the Empire found and imprisoned him, but he was eventually let go and now he's hunting every single mutineer down. But Andronicus has been on Tatooine a bit too long, leading Zash to believe he has found the leader of the mutiny, who likely also has the artifact. So to find the artifact, Dreloth must find Andronicus and help him find the mutiny leader. Dreloth speaks with the shipmaster of the local spaceport, who claims to know nothing about Andronicus, but some lightning always makes people remember important things.
I don't like it when people lie to me.
After some rapid-fire torture, the shipmaster says that Andronicus is chilling over at the cantina in Mos Illa, which is Dreloth's next destination. However, taking 2 steps outside of the spaceport, and Dreloth is attacked by zombies again and again. I know this is some sort of event, but let me tell you, it was really annoying for Dreloth after the 7th zombie attack. After playing some zombies on Kino der Toten, Dreloth heads to the cantina to speak with a bartender named Reg. Reg tries to offer Dreloth a drink, but he finds it quite disgusting and punishes Reg for serving a Sith bottom-of-the-shelf liquor.
Tell me where Andronicus Revel is.
Reg sincerely apologizes and tells Dreloth what room Andronicus is in, his shoe size, and his social security number, though I don't know why he told Dreloth about the other 2.
Andronicus Revel. I believe you have the artifact I'm looking for.
Webb, folks aren't supposed to know I'm here.
I'm sorry, Andronicus. It was that damn bartender.
Take care of it.
Damn, Reg pissed off a Sith and died for blabbing. Yikes.
Now, Sith, your artifact. I don't have it, and I'm glad. Thing drove my crew insane. They mutinied. I floated 10 days in a disabled escape pod and spent 30 more in Imperial lockup on account of that hunk of rock.
Maybe next time you won't be so quick to steal from Sith.
Maybe you Sith ought to keep those things someplace safe. But maybe we can help each other out.
Andronicus confirms that he doesn't have the artifact, and it is in the hands of Silas Wilkes, the leader of the mutiny, and is now part of the Exchange. We remember them.
Ah, the big bad pirate is afraid of a few little Exchange thugs.
Funny, Sith, but some of us can't shoot lightning from our fingertips.
But Andronicus has a contact in the Exchange named Casey Ricks who can point to where Silas is, but needs Dreloth to ask in his stead since the Exchange will attack him on sight.
You must have quite a way with the ladies to produce that kind of reaction.
Let's just say that Casey and me go way back. You get that information, you can do what you want with it. But I'd appreciate it if you came back here first. Me and Wilkes are long overdue for a talk.
Dreloth accepts, not that he has much of a choice, but before he departs he also meets some Imperials, part of the Imperial Reclamation Service, that are attempting to uncover some secret power.
I'm not interested in your complaints. Why are Imperial troops stationed here?
You'll have to go through... Captain Golar and his crew report to me. I am Darth Silthar.
Darth Skinny here claims that the Zerka Corporation was working on something powerful on Tatooine, something with enough power to level a planet and annihilate a galaxy. And Darth Silthar requests Dreloth to aid in his search, and since Dreloth is already making a killing in the artifact-finding business, he accepts. If only to add something extra to his resume.
Lost artifacts have a certain appeal when they possess such power.
Oh, this is wonderful. Our family is growing, Captain.
If you say so, my lord. Welcome to the team.
Scattered across the desert, sheltered within caves, live a people called the Sons of Palawa. They are an exacting and ritualistic tribe, come to Tatooine to test themselves against the elements. A settlement nearby has something we need.
They will cooperate, or meet their doom.
The Sons of Palawa have many repurposed Zerka battle droids, and Dreloth will need to storm their base and salvage some with information Silthar needs on a secret Zerka base. But first, Dreloth pays a visit to Casey Ricks so he can find Silas Wilkes and hopefully the artifact alongside him.
I'll tell you where to find that son of a hut. In fact, I'll make sure he's there so you can kill him. Wilkes' base is hidden out of Ether's view. Andronicus will know what I mean.
Can't you give me something a little clearer?
I can't have everyone on Tatooine knowing where the base is.
Lucky for Casey, she is more than willing to give up Silas and gives Dreloth his location, but also makes sure he stays put, so Andronicus and Dreloth are certain to catch him.
Casey, sweetheart, got something to report? Andronicus hasn't turned up, has he?
Oh, sigh. What do I have to do to make you stop worrying about Andronicus?
Well, I could think of a few things. Have you reconsidered my offer?
That's why I called. Are you free in, say, a couple of hours? We could talk about it, in person.
I always have time for you. I'll be right here, sweetheart, whenever you're ready.
I found that whole exchange deeply disturbing.
Dreloth has murdered and tortured countless people, but flirting is really what fucks him up mentally. At least when they're not psychotic Sith Lords. Dreloth decides to take his mind off that disturbing encounter by breaking into the Sons of Palawa base and killing everyone in sight. He eventually finds the right droids to salvage the memories of, but he is then ambushed by some Palawa stragglers that demand to know what Dreloth's reasons for attacking were.
I thought slaughtering your people would be fun.
You truly are despicable.
Aw, thank you. Dreloth takes a lot of pride in that. But after taunting them for a bit, Dreloth decides to do the merciful thing and
kill them all.
You won't survive long enough to get revenge.
And your bloodlust will lead to your death.
Only until this series ends, my friend. Dreloth then kills everyone else remaining and heads back to Lord Silthar with the droid memories.
I can sense your fear.
Sorry, my lord. I'm remembering that time on Ziost, when I was buried alive.
That's good. Use that fear, Hale. Let it push you.
Ah yes, be afraid of everything. I'm sure you'll be a more productive worker that way.
I sense we'll do incredible things together. Zerka's discovery is out there somewhere, sending ripples through the Force.
Let's get the vertebrains analyzed, my lord. Keela.
Memory wipe destroyed the old files, but it looks like the Sons of Palawa bought the droids from Jawas.
So Dreloth must find some lovable Jawas, show them the droid brains, and get them to tell us what they can by any means necessary.
Find them. I must meditate.
While you meditate, I'll bring us a step closer to Zerka.
So much confidence. I do hope it's warranted.
And while Dreloth is in the city, he returns to Andronicus to give him the location of Silas Wilkes.
Out of Ether's view, huh? Spineless son of a Hutt is hiding underground.
Between your blaster and my lightning, none will survive.
If you like it that way, I'm gonna blast Wilkes for every day I spent floating in that escape pod. And then I'm gonna stomp on his bones.
Master, are you going to be cheating on me with another man? I can't believe you would do such a thing!
I'm sorry, Kem. We just weren't meant to be.
You son of a Palawa! I guess I'll be cooking lolly burgers for one tonight! After telling Kem we should go on a break and fending off yet another zombie apocalypse, Dreloth takes Andronicus on a first date to meet some Jawas so they can give him information on the Zerka droids. Now, the Jawas actually have some big glowing balls and initially refuse to give a Sith Lord what he needs to know. But Dreloth refuses to be rejected by some tiny scrappers.
You're going to tell me what I need or you're dead.
This is how French people sound to me when they speak. Dreloth proceeds to fucking bully some school children, and after shocking them with his amoral bullying, but mostly killing, the head Jawa gives in and gives Dreloth a very valuable crate that came from the same Zerka base that the droids came from. But that's not enough for Dreloth, as he demands the Jawas give him tribute as well for wasting his time.
You've caused me trouble. I want tribute sent to me, or I'll return.
Dreloth would make such a fun galactic dictator. Captain Gola and his team study the artifact the Jawas had and find that it is well over 10,000 years old, and also state that it will take time to study. He also says that Darth Silthar is on a pilgrimage, or perhaps out clubbing, but they will contact Dreloth once they make it to their research base to examine the artifact more closely.
This mission isn't over. I'd like to see it through.
Dreloth takes this time to have some fun by killing more zombies and go pod racing around the deserts of Tatooine while listening to some kick-ass music. Last Friday night, yeah, we danced on tabletops and we took too many shots. Think we kissed but I forgot last Friday night. Captain Gola then rudely interrupts the incredible vibes and immaculate Katy Perry lyrics by telling Dreloth that Darth Silthar has gone missing.
Darth Silthar is a Sith Lord. You needn't worry about his safety.
That's what I told the others. But Silthar wouldn't call on that much power unless he was desperate. Lord Silthar was following a dream. He told me the Sand People and their spirit guides were the key. He was looking for some sort of compass.
The trip to killing Silas Wilkes is still well out of Dreloth's way, so he decides to go and find Darth Silthar, and more importantly, any information he may have found. Dreloth causes some electrical damage to the Sand People and finds Darth Silthar, a Dark Lord of the Sith, pitifully bleeding out in the cave, defeated by the wretched Sand People.
A pitiful death for a pitiful Sith.
You think so? Oh, but you haven't seen what I have seen. The Force called me into the desert. I sensed what Zerka found, an alien power.
Darth Silthar says that Zerka built their lab on top of forbidden lands the Sand People are not allowed to go to, and that they have cave paintings that point out these forbidden lands. Dreloth must now record these paintings and return to Captain Gola with his findings. But first, Dreloth wants the honor of killing yet another Dark Lord of the Sith.
Time to die. Goodbye, Silthar.
So soon. So soon.
Well, at least it was relatively painless, unlike Morrow's death. Dreloth records the paintings and burns them so no one else can ever follow in his footsteps. Dreloth will find this secret power and no one else. Afterwards, our villainous hero finally takes Andronicus to go and kill Silas Wilkes, who is protected by a bunch of pirates belonging to Andronicus's old crew called the Sky Princesses, which is quite possibly the silliest name for a pirate crew I have ever heard. Was Andronicus running a pirate crew or a strip club?
Well, well, Andronicus Revel, I'm surprised they let you out of Imperial prison. And you brought a Sith to help you. How cute. But see these guys? They'll crush you and your Sith.
Hold the fuck up. Did you just call a middle-aged bald man with a goatee cute?
I'm not cute. I'm deadly.
Let me guess. You're here for the artifact. The one the Empire was so keen on getting just before I crushed Andronicus. Would you believe he called me a nobody? A worthless, mangy, skinny little nobody?
Okay, we get it. You were bullied in high school and none of the cute boys took you to prom. Can Dreloth kill you already?
I'm gonna rip out your throat and laugh while you try to scream.
We'll see who lands the killing blow.
You'll never beat me, and you'll never get your artifact. Boys, kill the Sith, but keep Andronicus alive. I'll want to play with him a little longer.
Now, I'm not entirely sure what Wilkes' plan was for taking down a Sith that has murdered not just one, but 2 Darths, but Dreloth was easily able to defeat Silas and his pathetic pirate crew.
I think we knocked the sense out of him.
You're so stupid. The great Andronicus Revel chases me across 5 planets only to fail.
Silas says that he doesn't actually have the artifact, as some of his crew stole it and fled deep into the deserts of Tatooine. And Andronicus is about to get revenge, but this bastard called Dreloth cute, which means his revenge takes precedence.
I have no more use for this one.
What did you do that for? That was supposed to be my revenge.
Okay, Dreloth took so long turning on his lightsaber and winding it up for the kill, you could have shot him at any point during that, so it's really your fault you didn't kill him.
Never mind. Let's just go.
Now Dreloth must find the thieves who stole from a thief who stole from a thief. Boy, what a headache. While Dreloth gets over his little headache, he heads to the Imperial Research Base to speak with Captain Gola and tell him about Silthar's death. And also about the information he retrieved.
Any sign of Darth Silthar?
Trust me, you don't want that man back.
While Captain Gola whines about Darth Silthar and the time they spent together digging relics and talking about boys, the artifact we brought from the Jawas explodes and everyone begins to turn into zombies. As if we didn't have enough of those damn things running around. But unlike regular zombies, these infected speak and talk a lot about an imprisoned one who will one day rule the world. The infected begin to attack, and since Dreloth has a lot of experience with the undead now, he does a good job at frying these shamblers until they no longer shamble.
Sir, I think Perrin escaped. He was heading into the desert toward the tribal settlement. Blast, we'll mourn later. You'll remember the sons of Palawa. You hit them hard in Mos Ila, but their main village is just a few clicks out. If that creature reaches them, this could get very ugly.
So now, in order to prevent a major outbreak that could destroy all of Tatooine and possibly much of the galaxy, Dreloth must find the Sons of Palawa's main village and eliminate everyone and everything. Dreloth enters the strangely non-hostile Palawa village and speaks with the leader, who is understandably quite upset.
I knew the Empire used dishonorable tactics. But the ghost of the desert, do you know what it does to people?
The transformation is impressive.
Within the first minute, that terror changed good villagers into murderous machines. There's a war going on in these caves. Now I'll give my brothers the chance to win by keeping you from interfering.
You'll die, along with everyone else in this village.
Well, now the Palawa are officially hostile, which is just fine for Dreloth as he was sent to kill everyone and he intended to do just that. Killing all the normal Palawa and all the infected Palawa, as well as that infected Imperial that started turning the Palawa to begin with. And just to be on the safe side, Dreloth starts a cave-in after murdering everyone in case there were stragglers, and he returns to Captain Gola with the violently good news.
I heard the explosion. I take it the contamination site's been cleared?
The screams, the fires. Beautiful stuff.
You know, it's times like this where I am glad Dreloth is a fictional character, because if he was real, none of us would be safe. Not even me, you know, his creator. Now, after this setback, Gola asks Dreloth if he is still willing to continue the search for the Zerka base, and since Dreloth is the greatest zombie killer ever, he agrees.
I've recovered more dangerous artifacts than you ever will. This won't be difficult.
And with the Sand People paintings Dreloth retrieved from Darth Silthar, it really won't, as when he gives the artwork to Gola, he and Hale start outfitting Imperial probes that will help us on our scavenger hunt to find the Zerka base. So we may finally acquire this secret power for the glory of the Empire, but more importantly, Dreloth. It is also after finishing this quest that Dreloth reaches Dark Side level 3 on account of his dastardly deeds ruining the sons of Palawa. Sadly, Dark Side level 3 doesn't change Dreloth's face like level 2 did, which is why I went into the character creation screen and made Dreloth even more pale than he was before. Dreloth is probably the first case of a sun making someone paler instead of tanner. Now, Dreloth does a lot of walking and driving, locating clues to both the missing Zerka base and also the Sith artifact. And while Dreloth is an irredeemable monster, I am not, so I won't bore you with the incredibly long scavenger hunt. Though Dreloth did find a cool skull in the sand, but when he touched it, he summoned a massive creature that fucking bodies Andronicus and disappeared into thin air. Dreloth was definitely hallucinating, right? Eventually, Dreloth finds the Sith artifact on the body of a mutineer, and Andronicus begins to whine because he never got to kill him himself.
Snap out of it.
Next time, just slap me in the face, okay? Damn crazy Sith.
Hey, if there's one thing Dreloth doesn't like, it's whiners. Also, flirting.
Take your blasters and let's go.
Sure. There's just one thing I want to ask. You got room for an extra hand on your ship? I'm a damn good pilot, and I've got contacts a Sith will never make on his own. It'll be your show, no questions asked.
I'm in charge, and don't you forget it.
I'll take that as a yes, then.
And so begins an unlikely partnership between Andronicus and the Sith Lord that stole his kill and lightly tortured him. But I guess this guy is in desperate need of a new crew since, well, we did kill all of his former crew. Afterwards, Dreloth uncovers the secret Zerka base and heads inside, killing many machine zombies until he uncovers the artifact that Zerka found. It is here we discover the artifact houses the mind of a Rakata, an alien species that ruled the entire galaxy through the Infinite Empire thousands of years ago.
I am Sith. You are an abomination. We are not equals.
Thanks for the comment, Dreloth, anyways. The Rakata were a ruthless and violent people, sorta like Dreloth here, but it seems this imprisoned one was so violent that the other Rakata had his mind locked away. And now he's planning to escape captivity and create a new infinite empire. Dreloth admires the power of the imprisoned one and wants it for himself, so he does attempt to bargain with him.
Share your power with me instead. You'll be rewarded.
But this only angers the Rakata, and so he sicks his machine army upon Dreloth. Luckily, Dreloth is powerful and fends off against the infected and destroys the many machines that summon the machine-like pawns. Now the ball is in our court and Dreloth has the upper hand.
Give up your secrets to me.
So the imprisoned one surrenders and says it can be a powerful ally for both Dreloth and the Greater Empire, producing technological horrors and nightmares the galaxy has never even seen before. And if you've come this far into the video, I think you know Dreloth well enough to predict what he decided to do next.
I'll spare you in return for your service. Be grateful.
And with that, Dreloth takes the imprisoned one and brings him back to Captain Gola.
My lord, you're back. I wasn't expecting you to be so quick.
Your power is impressive, even among the Sith.
Oh, please, stop it. Actually, don't. Keep complimenting me.
I'm sure you want to rest up, but I'd like to hear. Did you find the artifacts?
Inside this device is an alien mind. It was responsible for the destruction of Zerka. It says it wants to work with us.
There's an intelligence stored in there? That's just incredible, huh? That's amazing. We can do an initial study here, but a find like this has to go to Dromund Kaas. You've turned this expedition around. After our losses, I didn't think I'd be filing a mission report, let alone declaring victory.
If I hadn't come along, you'd still be searching for Zerka's droids.
Dreloth has now accomplished yet another mission for the Empire, giving them yet another monstrous advantage against the feeble Republic. Proud of himself, our bald villain returns to the Tatooine spaceport. And when he makes it to his ship, Casey Ricks, Andronicus's contact, is waiting to say a final farewell to both Dreloth, but more importantly, Andronicus.
I brought Andronicus back.
Anyway, I'm glad you came, because it gives me a chance to thank you for taking out that runt Wilkes. With some real leadership, maybe the exchange on Tatooine can move ahead for a change.
Hopefully not. Dreloth is not exactly friendly with the exchange after Ukabi, and while I didn't show it much in this video, Dreloth killed many exchange members here on Tatooine when doing the many side quests.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, right. Well, guess it's goodbye then. Good luck out there.
Murder and mayhem await.
I get the feeling we're gonna make a damn good team, you and me. Let's get off this rock, huh?
Oh, indeed, Andronicus. Dreloth kicks dust as he flies away from Tatooine in his luxurious spaceship and makes contact with Darth Zash.
Now, apprentice, you must hurry and recover the remaining artifact.
I'm giddy with anticipation.
I look forward to seeing you in your glory.
Before leaving the planet, hopefully for good, Dreloth decides to have a nice little chat with Andronicus before making it to Alderaan.
Power is wasted if you don't use it. And I'm not squeamish.
We're gonna have a lot of fun together, huh? I was an accountant on Moneyland when I decided I wanted a little more adventure. So I put a blaster to the head of the intergalactic banking clan and walked off with a few million credits. Been robbing and murdering ever since.
I don't for one moment believe you were an accountant.
Well, how's this for accounting? In 3 years, the Sky Princess took more cargo and harassed more Republic ships than half the Imperial fleet. I'm a liar and a thief and a murderer. But I'm good.
And the fact you called your crew the Sky Princess makes you sound like a villain from the Powerpuff Girls. Now, Dreloth found Tatooine to be a miserable planet, and the reason is because he doesn't like sand. It's rough and coarse and irritating, and it just gets everywhere. And so he flies to Alderaan, the next planet containing the last artifact he requires, with the hopes that it will be a much better experience.
Ah, my most marvelous apprentice. It's good to see you've made it safely to Alderaan. It really is a wonderful world, so rich in history. It's a shame you won't have time to visit the libraries.
Well, it beats going to the library, I suppose.
Spoken like the idiot you are.
Somehow, I don't think Dreloth will lose sleep over that.
I've never understood your fascination with reading.
Zash explains that Alderaan's queen was killed, and now the various noble houses are engaged in a civil war to take the now empty throne. Some noble houses and the silly little Republic supports House Organa, while other houses and the cool and hip Empire supports House Thule. Zash says that the last artifact was found by the Jedi but was given to one of these noble houses, but she doesn't know which one, and so she has tasked Alana of House Thule to aid Dreloth in his search. Now, I don't know about you, but a planet engaged in total war like Balmorra sounds like a lot of fun, and Dreloth is sure to make a shocking killing here. Before Dreloth can even make it out of the spaceport, he is contacted by yet another Moff, this time named Sarek, requesting his help in the ongoing civil war.
A divided world will fall quickly.
The Imperial-backed House Thule hasn't been doing a good job keeping their vassal houses in line, which at first bores Dreloth. At least until Sarek tells him to throw a slave collar on one of the rebellious nobles and take him to a Lord Gerard to teach him what to do to rebel scum, which cheers Dreloth right up.
These Alderaan lordlings will beg to serve the Empire.
These lords of Alderaan must lose their foolish pride. Those who will not bow must break.
Dreloth then steps outside to encounter one of the most beautiful sceneries he has ever seen so far during his violent journey to power. However, it could do with a bit more destruction. Dreloth beats the shit out of some rebelling nobles, kidnapping one and murdering the rest, even though it was not that necessary to kill them all. Afterwards, he drags the noble's sorry ass to Lord Gerard Thule himself. Dreloth then starts to have some fun using electricity in a much different way when the noble starts shouting his heresy.
All of Alderaan will be thrown into chains because of you!
Silent slave. The sooner you see reason, the easier it'll be.
I've said before that being too harsh might stir greater rebellion, though, of course, that's up to you.
I believe that is up to me.
This spineless toad will make a poor Lord of Alderaan.
Yes, it will take work to shape him. I hope you will undertake this for me.
Sarek then gives Dreloth the complete authority of the Empire to whip Gerard into shape and eradicate any resistance that crops up. He also says if Gerard does not obey our baldness, the penalty for defiance will be quite harsh.
Penalty for defiance? I like the sound of that.
I suppose the Moff expects us to take on House Organa. They're one of our oldest noble houses and loyal to the Republic. Until recently, they've been without an army, but they've got supporters all over the planet, including here.
You'll never find them. They've got top-of-the-line cloaking, better than anything the Empire makes. No probes will get through, no spy sats, nothing.
You're weak and a fool.
Gerard suggests that in order to take the fight to the Organas, Dreloth must locate their communications base and slice into their comms, allowing House Thule to know their enemies' every move.
No Organa will leave your lands alive.
That's very thorough.
After that game plan, Dreloth makes his way to Alana Thule to see if she can help find the last Sith artifact, who for some reason has some Sith simpleton that serves as her personal guard.
It is an honor. I've heard many things about Lord Zash's apprentice. I began my research on a Hunch House Organa close to ties with the Jedi. We captured and chatted with a Chamberlain of House Organa.
He confirmed that Organa holds the artifact, and that it is kept in their private vault in the Elysium.
How dare you torture someone without me?
Apologies. I will be sure to bring you in on the fun next time.
It seems Dreloth will never get another chance to torture someone for information again. I miss Korriban. Now, the Elysium Vault is sealed tight, and in order to get in, Dreloth will need a key, but the only person with a key is a powerful Jedi from House Organa named Nomar. So the goal is for Dreloth to lure Nomar Organa to Alderaan so our baldy boy can murder him and steal the key from his body. Alana suggests breaking into the library of House Alda, allies of the Organas that keep records and information on everyone. And such information will be invaluable for finding a weakness and using it to lure Nomar into our homicidal hands.
Everyone has weaknesses, but especially Jedi.
Dreloth then heads to the Organa's communication base while suffering through some of the lowest frames I have ever encountered so far. I guess Dreloth's mind can't comprehend that beauty can exist beyond lightning and the screams of his victims. Dreloth creates art that he considers to be beautiful on Organa soldiers and eventually jacks his way into the mainframe and makes contact with Lord Thule.
They do train you Imperials well, don't they?
On Korriban, we held little parties each time a fellow student died.
I see. And, anyway...
After Dreloth deeply disturbs Lord Thule, 3 separate Thule bases become under attack, catching the house completely by surprise as they were already stretched thin. And now it is up to Dreloth to eradicate these attackers and take the brains of some droids to find out who is behind these attacks. Because I guess there is literally no one else competent enough.
This gets more fun by the minute.
Dreloth takes great pleasure in smiting many a soldier and droid, and returns to Lord Thule with a bloodied lightsaber in one hand and droid brains in another.
Who's the source of these? What were they looking for? And quickly!
The programming signatures point to Lord Cedric Kilesa.
Lord Kilesa is my vassal. He swore loyalty to me personally when we returned from exile.
I find the best oath of loyalty as a man's firstborn son in shackles.
Note to self, never bring Dreloth anywhere within 100 miles of a school zone.
My lord, this program indicates an assault team massing in a tunnel between here and the Kilesa estates. I don't find any such tunnel on the blueprint.
The siege tunnel! Blood of a queen! They're coming through the siege tunnel!
And now we know the meaning of these attacks. They were to distract House Thule while the main force enters through a secret tunnel and strike Thule at their heart. Gerard begs Dreloth to grab some bombs and plant them all over the tunnel to cause a cave-in and seal off this attack. And also kill many of these Kilesa troops along the way.
Murder and mayhem await.
So Dreloth sabotages some saboteurs, plants some bombs, and meets up with the Lord of House Kilesa for a final showdown.
Real Alderaanians will never bow to the likes of you.
I've been asked to kill you, and I hate to disappoint.
Then do it. Another will rise in my place, and another after that, until the last infant child.
I know you think that sounds badass, but you underestimate how pure fucking evil Dreloth actually is.
If you had a shred of honor, you'd face me like a man of noble blood. Instead, you hide behind a box of thermite.
Kilesa, please. Dreloth owns his own cult. His ego is already inflated beyond comprehension. He has nothing to prove to a mere mortal like you. And besides, Dreloth took so much time planting those bombs.
This tunnel's coming down.
Even our ruins are more alive than your empire.
What?
Retreat!
After Lord Kilesa meets an incredibly pathetic end, he returns to Lord Thule with the good news, but Dreloth gives him a bit of sane advice.
Take 10 heads for every 1 traitor, and they will not rebel again.
Afterwards, Moff Sarek interjects and thanks Dreloth as well, and tells him to report to another imp if he wishes to further aid in the conquest of Alderaan. And Dreloth does just that, but mostly because the library of House Alda was just really close by. Lord Stanel Thule says that an important inspection team has been kidnapped by the alien bug species called the Killiks and wants Dreloth to rescue them. But not just that, his daughter was also kidnapped and wants her to be found as well. Though Dreloth only accepts solely so he can maybe one day buy those
robes of solid gold. You start digging into that treasury. I'll get everyone out of that mine that walks on 2 legs.
If you rescue Daria, I will gladly give you my every last credit.
Dreloth begins to spray some homemade bug spray and frees many of the inspection team until he makes his way to the end where he sorta finds Stanel's daughter.
You have removed those who are not of the nest. Had they stayed, they would have learned the peace of the joining. We will not deny you your prize. But leave now. There has been a song of swarming. We have claimed these mines for the nest.
I'll decide when I'm done here.
It appears that Stanl's daughter has been infected by the Killiks and is now one of them, losing her individuality and personality in the process. Although Dreloth doesn't seem to care, and Andronicus's personality might be rubbing off on him.
I don't care about some bug cult. I'm here for the reward.
The Killik that was once Daria wishes to stay with the rest of the Killiks and live in peace and serenity and a bunch of other hippie bullshit, but Dreloth does what Dreloth does.
Come with me, or die along with every Killik here. That's your only option.
We are hearing the voice of the nest. We have decided it is not worth many losses to save one. The nest has spoken. We will return.
After doing some more shotgun negotiations with some bug people, Dreloth raids the palace of House Alda since he was in the area and breaks into the library to uncover any information on Nomar Organa that he can use to lure him into his clutches. And after studying up at the library, something Dreloth notoriously hates,
yawn,
Dreloth uncovers something very interesting.
As you know, this is the day that Rahana and I were to announce our intentions to be married.
Nomar, what are you saying?
I'm sorry, Rahana, but there's been a change.
You coward!
I have a responsibility to the Jedi Order. I have decided to continue with my training in the Force, off-world.
It's your family, isn't it? They talked you out of this.
Damn Organas think you're too good for us, for my daughter? You'd better be sorry. You will be sorry.
So it seems that our perfect Jedi was once in love with someone else, not very Jedi-like, but called off the wedding to go be a space monk, which is fucking based. And now we must return this information to our Thule helper, but not before returning to Stanl Thule with his bug daughter. Stanl is quite angry at what they did to her, and Dreloth uses this moment to manipulate him into becoming a more violent man.
Turn Thule's troops against the Killiks before they can destroy another mind.
You're right. What good is the throne of Alderaan if our world is first overrun by these bugs? They must be driven out. We should slaughter them until nothing but their mounds remain!
While planning a bug genocide, an Imperial agent rudely interrupts us to tell Dreloth that the reason the Killiks attacked is because an enemy noble house called House Ulgo pushed them to do so. And the reason is because they wanted House Thule distracted for an Operation Sunshower.
You Alderaanians are entirely too cheerful.
This operation is some big bomb they wanted to plant at the heart of Thule territory to severely weaken the house, but the agent wants Dreloth to set it off prematurely, to wipe out House Ulgo instead. And since Dreloth has already used bombs earlier today, he decides to do it a second time because, hey, why not?
No one in the Republic understands what the dark side is capable of.
However, first things first, Dreloth must get the information he uncovered about Nomar to Alana quickly. But his speeder doesn't seem to be working properly. Where's the brakes on this damn thing? Where's the radio? Why can't I listen to my girly pop music? After driving on the worst speeder he's ever ridden, he survives and returns to Alana.
This should allow us to sink our hooks into him.
Let me see. Engagement announcement, Nomar and Rihanna. My goodness, this is juicy. It must have been somewhere between 20, 30 years ago. Long before I was born, but I remember hearing my nurses talking about it. The sister to the Lord of House Rist was engaged to a prominent noble against the wishes of both their families. The coward broke it off.
And here I thought Jedi were supposed to keep their promises.
I don't know about that, but the timing of this holo recording is right, as is the name, Rahana. Rist is a house of highly trained assassins, and Lady Rist is no exception. But she is perhaps most noted for her stubborn refusal to marry, and for the humiliations she pours on those who ask.
She sounds like loads of fun.
And more importantly, like she's still in love with Nomar Organa. And if she is still in love with Nomar, then you may be able to convince her to lure Nomar to Alderaan.
If arguments fail, I have other ways.
I think you mean way singular, but whatever. Pop off, queen. So after Dreloth encountered 2 Andronicus rebels, which was a real mindfuck, Dreloth breaks into an Ulgo stronghold where the bomb is being kept, short-circuits many soldiers, and rigs the bomb to explode, which destroys the whole base, but Dreloth would have liked to have actually seen the explosion. When returning back to Stanul Thule and the Imperial agent, they are in awe of us, which is very normal.
The abilities of the Sith are truly beyond the capacity of the rest of us to understand.
It was actually quite simple.
Then we must bow to your skill even more, for it is more than any of our troops could do.
We meet yet another Imperial who requests Dreloth's aid with a sensitive matter involving yet another noble house, this time called Rist. On a side note, these noble houses kinda remind me of the great houses of Morrowind, which I really like. Anywho, House Rist is a house that assassinates people for money, which was definitely not an idea ripped off from the Morag Tong of Morrowind. House Thule and the Empire have used House Rist's quote-unquote services before, but now a rogue member of House Rist is blackmailing the Empire and wants enough money to make their own House of Assassins. Or else he will expose who the Empire and House Thule wanted dead to the galaxy, which could jeopardize the Empire's campaign on Alderaan.
We've arranged a meeting to deliver payment, but he's recruited some of Rist's best assassins to his side. I don't trust him. That's why I need you. Someone strong enough to withstand whatever trap he intends to spring.
Dathis wants us to either give the Rist assassin the bribe or kill him if he attempts to attack us. But knowing Dreloth, I think his fate has already been sealed regardless. Dreloth makes his way to the Rist assassins with murder on the mind and waits to see what will happen.
Well, brother, would you look at this? A Sith. I guess Thule isn't half as stupid as I thought. It won't do them any good, but I give them points for trying. Now, if you'd kindly hand over the payment.
I'm not giving you a thing until I'm sure there are no tricks.
Tricks? We've only just met. You already know me so well. I thought Thule would send some scrawny diplomat I could take hostage, but you'll fetch a higher price.
Why does every random back alley gun think they can assassinate a Sith? Like, if I were some random acolyte, maybe I'd get it, but have you seen Dreloth's face? This face has seen some shit, and done a whole lot worse.
I'm going to enjoy kicking your face in.
Don't get your hopes up. We've been doing this our whole lives.
And so Dreloth begins to tango with the Rist assassins, which goes exactly how you'd expect, and Dreloth crushes them far more easily than he crushed Darth Scotia. One of the Rist assassins tries to surrender and tells Dreloth that the information is on its way to House Ulgo, as he and his brother had no intention of giving the information to the Empire in the first place. But these absolute morons deserve what's coming to them.
I'll take Kai's assassins. I promise. Neither you nor Thule will hear from us again.
No one betrays me and lives.
Dreloth, buddy, I normally would never say this because you are genuinely a horrible human being, but you did a good thing here today. After looking through the archives of these absolute morons, Dathis discovers all the evidence is being sent to Vesix Ulgo. And now Dreloth must find this information, destroy it, and maybe even kill this Vesix guy if he does this all before his lunch break. And if he does so, Dathis promises double the reward. Maybe Dreloth should be a bounty hunter as a hobby. And naturally, Dreloth finds the Ulgos, kills them, and Vesix Ulgo, a man who was easy to kill but still harder than the idiot Rist boys, showing they truly were stupid and pathetic. Dathis showers Dreloth in lots of money, which he will use to one day buy a luxury yacht like a real grind-set capitalist Sigma.
Never in my entire life have I been so relieved.
Yeah, probably because you would have been slaughtered for your failure. God, I love the Empire. And now that Dreloth has some free time on his hands, he decides to break into the fortress of House Rist, you know, the assassin guys. So he can carve his way to Rihanna so Dreloth can use her to lure Nomar into a trap. This has been enlightening! Ugh, fucking got him.
Congratulations, Sith. You've broken into my home, butchered my assassins, and forced your way into my personal chambers. Can I at least offer you a drink before you start making demands?
Boy, I can't remember a time Dreloth refused a drink and then didn't beat the shit out of the drink mixer afterwards.
I don't know about her, but I want to discuss Nomar Organa.
Well, well. Let me guess. You dug this holo out of some dusty archive in House Alder. Let's just say that his Royal Jedi-ness Nomar Organa and I are ancient history and leave that dead dog buried.
Unfortunately, Dreloth would dig up the corpse of any dog if it meant acquiring even more power, so he threatens Rihanna's life. But Rihanna is an assassin and doesn't take kindly to threats, which does spark a fight, much to Dreloth's enjoyment. But Dreloth has already taken down numerous Rist assassins, even some notable members from side quests I didn't even show. So this fight was actually very easy, barely an inconvenience.
Alright, you win. I'll call him. Nomar Organa's not worth dying for. But then I want you out of my home.
You're hardly in a position to make demands.
Yeah, and besides, you think Dreloth is gonna stay on a planet that isn't going to exist one day?
Rihanna? What a surprise.
I know, it must be. Nomar, there's something I need to talk to you about.
Go ahead. Anything I can do. Anything at all.
Please don't flirt.
Not like this. It's a favor I need, here on Alderaan. I was hoping we could meet.
Of course. I can be there in a few hours. The old place?
Yes, the old place. Thank you. There. Are you happy now?
I'll be happy when you're dead.
It's just as well. I wasn't looking forward to a will they won't they get together subplot that lasts 6 goddamn seasons. After murdering Rihanna Rist, which probably wasn't the best idea since Nomar could probably sense it, Dreloth makes it to their little get-together place. A place I'm assuming they went to sing California Girls by Katy Perry and build pillow forts and definitely not engage in anything inappropriate. But it seems that Killix have taken this pillow fort, Killix that Dreloth kills. However, he finds that Nomar is already there, which begs the question, how the fuck did he get in?
Clever trick, Sith. Getting Rihanna to call me down here like it was some sort of emergency. But frankly, I'm insulted. Where's Rihanna? You've gone to no effort to disguise your trap.
Brother, he's a Sith with glowing yellow eyes and markings on his face. What do you think happened? He told the lady of the assassin house to wait outside while the Sith presents you with roses and makes introductions?
She had outlasted her usefulness.
By your measure, yes. But you trade in selfishness and murder equally. I cannot permit that vile artifact to fall into Sith hands. Unlike you, I am a person of principle.
Killing you will be such fun.
The light will prevail, Sith, even against darkness as black as yours.
Well, Dreloth is especially going to kill Nomar for knocking him off the ledge and making him walk all the way back up to fight him. And finally, Dreloth has killed so many cyborgs, gangsters, and other Sith, but rarely does he get to fight a powerful Jedi. And Dreloth hates to be out of practice, so he makes sure to put his full might into slaying Nomar. After looting the key from his body, Dreloth is contacted by Alana, who commends him, but also asks for a favor.
Like I said, I'm very sorry to trouble you, but we have a problem on our hands, and you may be the only one who can solve it.
What makes you think I have time for your problems?
Will you at least please listen to my request? I assure you I would not trespass upon your time if it were not urgent. I have intelligence that Organa is preparing a reprisal for your raid on House Alder. According to our spy, Organa has assembled a contingent of Jedi to attack House Thule. I sent Ertl and his Sith to investigate, but they haven't returned.
Dreloth is now left with a choice to protect House Thule from a Jedi strike team or ignore them and go after the artifact. In many cases, Dreloth would just say no, but he realizes there will be many Jedi there for him to kill. And so, for the first time, he actually chooses a non-dark side option and aids House Thule.
There will be no survivors.
Thank you, and I assure you House Thule is a generous ally. Thule also has a vault in the Elysium, and the key will be yours, once our safety is assured.
This choice surprised even me, as through this 3-hour journey I got the feeling Dreloth was an irredeemable monster. But perhaps there is some good in him. A violent, unsteady good, but good nonetheless. When we make it to the main chamber, we see whatever that Sith's name was killing Jedi, but is then killed by a "Do you even Jedi, yo?" who we then kill. Though this Jedi didn't even have a name or any cool lines, so it did feel a little anticlimactic, but hey, Dreloth got some more practice in killing Jedi.
I cut through their Jedi like butter.
Yes, that's the impression I got. House Thule is once more indebted to the Empire, and of course, to you personally. The Elysium is where the houses keep their dearest treasures. I'm sure you'll find something of value.
Wow, not only did Dreloth do a good deed, but he is also getting rewarded for it. Perhaps this is the day that Dreloth turns over a new leaf and begins to care about making the galaxy a better place. Before breaking into the Elysium Vault, Dreloth finally meets up with another respectable Sith that honestly looks like he's his son. Our son is also here with a member of House Pantir, the house that used to rule Alderaan until their queen was assassinated along with her heir.
Boris Ulgo, head of House Ulgo, has betrayed the noble laws of Alderaan and stolen the throne for himself. It will be your task to remove it from him.
Is there going to be plenty of death involved?
This is one of the most heavily guarded men on all of Alderaan. You will find no shortage of foes.
The Pantir Lord wants Dreloth to capture Boris Ulgo alive, but Darth Victus says that we should kill Boris instead, as he is a threat to House Thule's ascendancy. Now, in most cases, Dreloth would relish in killing someone just for the sheer pleasure of it, but now Dreloth is a little conflicted. But he knows he will need to make a choice soon that will dictate the fate of not just Boris Ulgo, but all of Alderaan.
Murder and mayhem await.
Hey, look, he might be turning over a new leaf, but he's not going to therapy. On his way to the castle, Dreloth encounters a soldier of House Pantir that requests Dreloth's aid in finding the lost crown of Alderaan that the queen wore before her death. And this presents Dreloth with another chance to do good and return the crown on behalf of the Empire, to aid in important negotiations.
I will enjoy seeing Pantir squirm when I offer them their jewel.
Squirm from happiness, right? Right? Dreloth very easily finds the crown, making him question everyone on Alderaan's competence. And then he storms the castle, providing enlightenment to every soldier he finds. Dreloth then makes it to the throne room, which is very massive and quite beautiful, especially in its ruined and destroyed state. And here he confronts the usurper himself, Boris Ulgo.
And here we are. It's just as I predicted.
Hey, Andronicus' uncle, did you also predict Dreloth absolutely smiting your guys along the way?
A mere tool of the Sith Empire, just like the beasts in House Thule, sent to wrench the throne of Alderaan away from those who rightfully possess it.
You should save your breath. You may not have much more of it.
If you think that I will fail now, then you are gravely mistaken. I will not surrender this throne for you or for anyone else. Only I can keep it safe. Only I can protect Alderaan.
It's past time I ended you.
I believe I've tolerated your intrusion long enough. Destroy this assassin men! Defend your king! Defend Alderaan!
It seems as if the coward Boris Ulgo prefers to hide behind a superpowered shield than face Dreloth himself. And so Dreloth goes around the entire throne room launching big-ass rockets into the shield generators and finally exposes Boris Ulgo. And while the fight is long and hard, that's what she said, Dreloth is able to defeat the cowardly usurper.
This is not over. I'm not dead yet. I won't let you win. I won't let the Empire's shadow fall over Alderaan.
Now Dreloth must make a choice to finally do good and show mercy for the first time in his life, or continue down his path of murder and mayhem. But Dreloth does what Dreloth does best.
So ends the reign of Boris Ulgo.
For Alderaan!
The Queen's Guard arrive way too late to the party, which is probably why the Queen died in the first place, as these guys were literally zero help. But Dreloth reports to Darth Victus that Boris Ulgo is dead and that House Thul's ascendancy is secure.
A bit of violence always cheers me up.
After destroying the usurper, Dreloth makes his way to the Elysium Vault to collect the Sith artifact, as well as House Thul's reward for Dreloth's single good deed. He destroys a number of Jedi, which is always fun, and finally acquires the last Sith artifact of Tulak Horde. Here, Dreloth uses his lightning like a goddamn pickaxe and acquires the green holocron. In another life, Dreloth could have made a great mining foreman. He certainly has the temperament for it. Wow, I guess Dreloth has the powers of shrinking now too, because that damn holocron was the size of his chest not 2 seconds ago. Dreloth then makes his way to the House Thul vault, no doubt to rake in enough credits to make himself as rich as all the nobles of Alderaan together. When he opens the chest, he receives 846 credits. Wait, that's it? Are you kidding me? That's fucking nothing! Dreloth literally has 400,000 credits. This is less than 1% of his overall net worth. What the fuck? Well, let me tell you, Dreloth was so pissed that his good deeds were so poorly rewarded, I doubt he will ever do a good deed ever again, even to help the stupid Empire. Before Dreloth leaves this worthless planet full of ungrateful nobles, Dreloth returns the crown to House Pantir, where he is presented with a choice.
What do you seek in return for the crown? An alliance? Or merely a deal?
If Dreloth had been appropriately rewarded, he may have chosen an alliance. But he gives in to the dark side completely, only caring about himself and not the greater empire.
You can't put a price on peace, so start handing me credits until I say stop.
But what of House Thul? We require a Pantir alliance and your loyalty to our empire.
You have neither credits nor crown in your hands, Fixer. I had not imagined the Sith to be so financially motivated. But credits are a lesser currency than blood and loyalty. I will pay.
And with that, Dreloth abandons Alderaan to its fate and makes his way to his ship, so that he can report his success once again to Darth Zash. Though he accidentally crashes into a tree first.
Apprentice, you have the artifact. Wonderful. And Lady Thul sends her thanks once more for your aid against Organa's Jedi.
Tell her to eat my lightning.
Now that you've found the last of the artifacts, I hope to see you on Dromund Kaas as soon as possible. We still have much work to do.
But before Dreloth returns to Dromund Kaas, he has a little chat with Kem, who asks for a favor.
Master, I am the best cook this side of the galaxy. But I have a rival named Veshik Urk, who is the best cook on the other side of the galaxy. I thought him dead, but it appears that he is alive as he contacted me and wants to exchange cooking recipes. Can we go to Tatooine? Pretty please with a lolly burger on top.
It's been a while since I felt sand between my toes.
Fuck yeah!
And so Dreloth makes a quick stop at Tatooine to help out a loyal servant.
Hello, Kem. It has been quite some time, and I see you have become such a mighty chef that you have a hand to help with your baking.
I'm Kemval's master, not his pet.
Well, that's quite pathetic. You've been demoted again? Tulak Horde didn't even pay you minimum wage. I bet this middle-aged man doesn't pay you at all now. I don't need to be paid. My cooking is my life. My payment is exposure.
I know a way to shut this guy up.
I refuse to share my recipes with some charity worker. It is time for me to put you in my latest cake I made for a gender reveal party.
And so begins one of Dreloth and Kem's most incredible fights yet, a duel between chefs. Both masters of their craft, able to expertly wield knives, spatulas, ice cream scoopers, and whisks. But with the combination of Kem's cooking and Dreloth's easy-bake hands, they make Veshik Urk look like a candidate from Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares.
Did you really think he stood a chance against me?
Veshik Urk was not how I remembered him and or her. I thought Veshik cared about cooking, but in reality, it was all just about the money. Let's kick some fucking dust and leave this cesspool, master.
Dreloth and Kem do just that and leave Tatooine once again. Hopefully this will be the last time we walk on a desert planet. When Dreloth boards his ship, he is contacted not by Darth Zash this time, but by a Darth Thanaton, who we first saw before Zash's promotion.
I've waited a long time to meet you. Your rise from the slave pens has been non-traditional, to say the least.
Slave? I'm never going to hear the end of that, am I?
No, you won't. Not until you convince your naysayers of your worth.
Darth Thanaton warns Dreloth that, like Icarus, she is flying too close to the sun and she will soon be burned. And that her arrogance will be her undoing. Luckily, Dreloth plans to one day kill Zash since she means to betray him, though he'd probably kill her even if she wasn't.
It's alright. I'm going to kill her anyway.
I will pretend I didn't hear that. You must seek your own way. Carve out your own victories. The cult you won on Nar Shadaa was a good first step, but it's not enough. A Sith cannot live without a power base. Good luck.
Now, it does seem strange that Thanaton would warn a Sith apprentice to stay away from their master, because why would he care about Dreloth's well-being? Which leads our bald villain to believe this is some sort of play, but Dreloth does not give a fuck. Luckily, our ancestor and only ally that wouldn't murder Dreloth in his sleep, Lord Kalig, comes bearing us a gift.
Now, I have another gift for you. One that was dearer to me than even my life. My own lightsaber. Until now, lost to me. But through your great power in the Force, I have found it.
I already have a lightsaber, fool.
Yeah, and he never fucking uses it because melting his enemies with lightning is way more badass.
Ah, but not one like this. No, you have never wielded a weapon like this.
Before his death, Lord Kalig entrusted his lightsaber to a loyal servant named Jonas Iskalis. He and his heirs have sworn to safeguard the holy relic until Kalig's heir, which is Dreloth, retrieves it. The heir of Jonas lives on Dreloth's favorite planet of Nar Shadaa, since that's where his cult resides. And so Dreloth must claim his inheritance for the glory of, well, himself and his long-dead family line. Love you, Grandpa. After talking to Andronicus about he and Dreloth's shared hatred of the Republic...
You ever butt heads with the Republic, let me have a shot. I got a score to settle. And it'll be a long time before I call it even.
Brother, clear your fucking throat. Dreloth makes his way back to Nar Shadaa and locates the descendant of Jonas named Mila.
You're Mila Escalas, aren't you? I believe you have a lightsaber that belongs to me.
I knew this would happen. I warned him, but he wouldn't listen. Please, don't kill me. I'll get the lightsaber back, I promise.
You can't trust anyone these days, it seems. Well, except for Dreloth and slaughtering hundreds of people for fun.
You broke your oath. Why shouldn't I kill you?
It was my ancestors' oath. And I didn't break it. My no-good excuse for a father did.
Apparently, Mila's father gambled the lightsaber away to a dangerous man named Gil Rosen. And since Mila is too scared to bring it back to Dreloth herself, Dreloth must get it instead.
Your cowardice sickens me.
Look, you want to go? Fine. But I'd get killed. Rosen will have guards everywhere. Oh, and please don't kill me. Only an Aeschylus can open the lightsaber case. It's some kind of genetic lock, so if you get it, bring it here.
So, after flaying a woman in front of an entire casino with no one stopping Dreloth out of pure fear, he heads into the industrial sector to find this Gil guy. Our bald villain breaks into his lovely-looking house with tons of carpets and murders countless thugs patrolling inside. Then he meets up with the little man himself.
I heard all about your little talk with the Aeschylus whelp. Lucky for you, I'm feeling generous, so I'm willing to make a deal.
You are in no place to bargain.
Look, I'm standing here with Nar Shadaa's toughest mercenaries. Guys that make the Sith look like school teachers. So, what I'm thinking is, you're gonna listen to me. That's what I'm thinking. Here's what I propose. I give you the lightsaber, and you come work for me as my own personal Sith. That, or you pay me 3 million credits.
Oh, I don't think so. Do you agree, Dreloth?
I don't think so.
All right, then. You made your choice. Boys, kill the Sith.
Sir, you do realize...
No complaints. I don't pay you to complain. Kill him. Kill him! What are you doing?
Sorry, boss. You can't pay me enough to fight no Sith.
You don't get off that easy.
No! I don't want to die!
Everyone dies when Dreloth enters the room.
And so, like many before, Dreloth slaughters everyone and takes the lightsaber case that rightfully belongs to him. Now all that's left is to return it to the pathetic coward to be opened.
Hey, look, lay off the lightning this time, okay?
It's so much fun.
I can't take much more of this.
Oh yeah, Dreloth's on a roll. Let's shoot for 3.
Just give me the case already. There. There's your lightsaber. Now go, please.
Here's something to remember me by.
Please, no more.
After giving Mila a memento in her frontal lobe, Dreloth heads for orbit and is contacted by Darth Zash.
Apprentice, you have all the artifacts. Excellent. Meet me on Dromund Kaas immediately. I'm sorry I don't have more time to talk. There is much work to do to prepare the ritual.
Look at her. No time to talk. Too busy plotting your demise. Cruel witch. You have done well, flesh of my flesh, in seeking out your inheritance. But things are more dire than I suspected. I have discovered the nature of Darth Zash's strange rituals. There is no doubt that she intends to cause you harm.
I'm not afraid of Zash.
Do not let Zash move first. Arm yourself with anger. Steel yourself with hate. Crush her before she has a chance to strike.
Dreloth agrees with Calig and holds his words close to his chest, but before heading to Dromund Kaas, Dreloth makes a pit stop at an Imperial station to modify his new lightsaber brought to him by Ghosts Incorporated, making it stronger and giving it Dreloth's iconic purple lightsaber crystal. Dreloth heads for the Imperial capital and is contacted once more by Zash.
Secrecy is vital, so I've secured us a nice, out-of-the-way spot for the ritual. Meet me in the innermost chamber of the Dark Temple, where you pacify the apparition, and we can begin.
If you make one move against me, I'll strike.
My dear apprentice, from the very beginning, everything I have done, I've done for you.
Zash then asks that Dreloth not bring Andronicus for the ritual, but instead Kem, which makes our bald villain immediately think he should bring his pirate boy, but because I'm a fucking NPC, I forgot to swap Kem for Andronicus to see if I could get away with it, So I may have failed Dreloth and played right into Zash's hand.
But the monster attracts so much attention.
Sorry, Dreloth, I was playing this game until 3 in the morning and lost my critical thinking perk. But it doesn't matter. Armed with the knowledge and gifts of Lord Calig and Dreloth's extremely volatile lightning, he is more than ready to take on his master. He even slays some random powerful ghost in the Dark Temple named Nils or something, showing that nothing can stop our sexy and homicidal maniac.
Such marvelous power radiates from you now. Clear, strong. You have truly come into your own. I've arranged for you to receive the title of Lord of the Sith. I hope you realize what an honor and responsibility it is. As a Darth, I answer only to Darth Thanaton, who answers to the Dark Council. As a Lord, you're only one step below that, and you tower above many.
You know, it does seem strange that Zash would promote Dreloth if she was going to kill him. Maybe she's not so bad after all.
It's about time greatness got its due.
Do not get ahead of yourself, apprentice. There is still the ritual to undergo. And I'll warn you, the ritual may prove a trying experience. But once it's done, you will be truly great, truly powerful.
If by powerful you mean dead.
Apprentice, where did you get an idea like that? When have I ever tried to do you harm? The truth is, I have not been completely honest with you. I wish I could have been, but the timing was not right. Look at me, apprentice. I am sorry to have concealed it from you for so long, but it was such a pleasant vanity to share in your youth.
By the Force, I bet everyone who thought Zash was hot is reconsidering their life choices right now, unless you're some necrophiliac freak. Even Dreloth is shocked, which is why you might hear him taking screenshots. He wants to make sure Andronicus will believe him when he returns to his ship.
You make Rhodians look kissable.
Got him.
Listen, apprentice. Various Force rituals have helped me maintain my appearance and some of my vitality. But inevitably, life fades. I'm dying, apprentice. My will, my intellect, my spirit are as lively as ever, but this body is dying.
What fucking gave it away, woman Palpatine?
Too bad you can't just order a new one.
But apprentice, that's exactly what I've done. Be prepared. As the ritual ends, you will likely see me collapse before you feel it taking effect. Do not panic. Know that this is what I have trained you for, primed you for, from the start.
And then it is revealed, the real reason Zash was so nice to Dreloth and treated him like a spoiled child to a healthcare CEO.
We will accomplish so much once I am in command of that wonderful vessel of yours. Just hold still.
Darth Zash has been playing us from the start. She has seen Dreloth's incredible power, dreamed of Dreloth achieving incredible levels of carnage and power. So Zash wanted to become Dreloth, to become our bald goatee-wearing villain. But Zash was right to believe that Dreloth was all-powerful because not even she was capable of defeating Dreloth, of defeating her own apprentice.
You can't stop this ritual from happening.
Apprentice! What have you done to me? Why couldn't you just hold still for a few moments longer? Why couldn't you call your monster off?
Well now, this is an interesting and quite poetic turn. Zash wanted to become the monster that is Dreloth, but instead, she settled and got the monster of cooking delicious lollyburgers.
I need to learn that ritual.
That monster broke through my defenses, interrupted my concentration, diverted the entire ritual. 5 years of preparation, Finding the right person, training them, researching the artifacts, gathering them, wasted! You were my legacy! My one chance to defeat death! You fool! You have ruined everything!
Oh, boo-hoo. I'm sure Dreloth is so regretful that he didn't let you kill him and have his body paraded about by a decaying, shriveled-up woman. I wonder if Zash wanted to possess a man's body to begin with, or if that was just something she had to settle for to gain power. And if so, could she turn Dreloth's body into a very fine figure of a woman through surgery? Wow, that makes me feel weird things. How do sex change operations work in the Star Wars universe anyways? Am I gay if I'm attracted to Dreloth even though he's a fictional character? Hopefully Andronicus turned the stove off before I left. Oh wait, fuck, more importantly, what the hell happened to our chef boy Kem?
Go away and give me Kem back.
No, apprentice. It looks like you're stuck with me now. But I wonder how powerful your friend Kem was. Powerful enough to punish you for your rebellion.
The Deshard is bound to me, and now so are you.
That bond, that damn bond. How can your will be stronger than my own? I am the master, not you!
By the dark side of Dreloth's ass, this poetic defeat of Zash is even more cinema. Kem hates Dreloth for not paying him minimum wage and wants to kill Dreloth, but can't because of his employee/employer contract that now applies to Zash. She is now Dreloth's employee, and now the roles are reversed. Now this is cinema.
Change is hard, but you'll learn to deal with it.
Ah! Why do I suddenly want to buy pretty dresses and watch all 7 seasons of the Gilmore Girls?
Wait, you've changed again.
Changed? Is this something my species does after a certain age? We turn into a woman like a damn seahorse? Or a lusty Argonian maid? But I don't want to watch the Gilmore Girls. I want to cook lolly burgers and watch the 2004 Punisher movie.
It seems Zash went into your body, but you didn't leave.
Fuck!
Protest all you like, Ken Vol, servant of Tulak Horde. But your ancient master's artifact has been turned against you. And through some strange and miraculous trick, neither you nor Zash have full control.
Where were you when everything went sideways a few minutes ago?
I have been watching from the shadows all along, powerless to help. But it's clear, my help was not necessary. Flesh of my flesh, you have defeated your master. The great danger that I feared is past. Your rise to glory complete. I don't know whether we will chance to meet again on this side of death, but I am at peace. I came to say goodbye, and good luck.
I can't believe that Dreloth's only friend so far has been his dead great-great-grandpa. I think he needs to go to a singles bar or something.
I guess not everything Zash dreams is a lie, then.
You are Lord Carrick now. It was once a glorious name. Use it well.
Thanks, but Dreloth is way better for marketing purposes and branding, so... Now, before Dreloth can get his bearings and process what the Freaky Friday just happened, the 2 apprentices we discovered Zash had come walking through the door.
Darth Zash, you murdered her.
Actually, no. Kem did.
Hold your weapon, Carl. This is not what Zash wanted. My lord, we have not met, but Carl and I are Zash's newest apprentices.
And so we see that Zash's plans now benefit us. She believed that she would become Dreloth and told everyone to serve him after her death, and well, it would be rude to dishonor her final wishes.
We have been anticipating this day since Zash first leaked the rumors of your incredible triumph over Darth Scotia.
Darth Scotia.
Darth Scotia.
Damn Scotia.
Well, actually, it's, never mind. He's dead. Who cares?
Zash answered to Darth Thanaton on the Dark Council. He'll want to speak to you. But we are your servants.
And now it is time for Dreloth to assume his title of Dark Lord of the Sith in front of his new apprentices and followers. And who better to announce him than the best chef in the entire galaxy now, Kem Val.
Ken, will you do the honors?
Fuck yes! Behold, apprentice chefs, the great dragon of Nar Shadaa, slayer of Darth Scotia and Darth Silthar, conqueror of Balmorra, and powerful conductor of lightning. Bow before Lord Dreloth.
And so ends the beginning of Lord Dreloth's story, a tale of one of the most diabolically insane Sith to ever grace the galaxy. A slave who rose against all odds and is now firmly placed within the upper echelons of Sith society. For those who have made it this far, I want to say a sincere thank you. I, at no point, was expecting this video to take an entire goddamn month to make, nor be over 3 hours long, but with so many funny stories to tell, I just had to keep going. At my heart, I am an Elder Scrolls channel, but the Sith in Star Wars are just very similar to the Telvanni of Morrowind, with obsessing over power. And so I felt compelled to make this video as it fits the theme of my channel so well, and I am glad that I did. Before ending, let me give a shout out to my incredible channel members who have stuck by me through this long month of me making this incredible project. They truly mean the world to me. And they are Mirak, Will Ernst, The Proud Prince, JJ Ensid, Grud, Dova 2023, Josh McDonald, Milani Stilla, Abdullah the Goat, Luxie, Dalton Rupert, I Love House Halalu, Kirill Gaming, Sovdark, Felix Rianis, Cosmo, Jarinish Evento, Grabowski, Luis Eduardo, Lord Relic, Serene Molly, Batman Man, Anka RMZ, Smooth Weaver Walkthroughs, Bane Hellborn, Gret, Shinigami James, Ranger McKay, David Correa, Peter Illing, The Ember Raven, and Cat Lassie. So with all that being said, make sure to like the like button, like the subscribe button, and like the bell notification down below to be updated on future videos. And I will see you whenever the fuck I decide to upload again. House Telvanni be with you.
I suppose you want to be asked nicely. Very well. Please, O hero of Skyrim, I shall be ever so grateful.